What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Negative Degree Podcast, audio edition. Once again, where we take the phrase "positive vibes only" and we punch it in the face. I am your host, DJ Frostbite, back here once again with my guest, Jake. What's going on, Jake?
Happy to be here.
Always happy to have you on, man. So this time we actually made sure that we are streaming right, so it's not just it's not a 3-part podcast like last time, which I still need to upload that first third of the podcast that we actually did record. But make sure you like, share, subscribe, add, follow, whatever you need to do to listen to this podcast. I'm streaming as of right now on Facebook Live, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. If you can't find me, you are crazy because you already know where to find it. Everything is DJ Frostbite. So actually, before we get into the topic, how you been, Jake?
I'm breathing. I mean, you know the heat.
Oh yeah, man. It's 100 and fuck you degrees outside. For real.
Nah, dude, and not the busted knee. I mean, shoot, that's about it lately.
Yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, and I don't know if we talked about it on the last podcast with me and him, Jake has an electric skateboard, which, he has a car, but with the price of gas, and two, the convenience of where he lives, he doesn't really need to use his car, so he got the electric skateboard to
goes like
to
30 miles an hour.
Yeah, to get around. It goes 30 miles an hour. And this man has hurt himself. This is the third time he has hurt himself.
Hey. The first 2 times were on me. First 2, I got hit by a car. Third time, yeah, that's on me. First 2, hit by a car.
Oh, yeah, first 2 hit by a car. Not my fault. Third time.
I was in the bike lane.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is why you get on the sidewalk. Sidewalk is what got you messed up.
Yeah, no, the sidewalk, shoot, that was where I screwed up when I first started going. The bike lane, perfect. Ground is completely flat. Everything else, it's my lane.
Flat, completely flat. I don't know about that.
I mean, compared to
sidewalk,
yeah.
Because you got cracks, and then
you got the cracks, you got the tiles going the wrong way,
yeah.
And
so yeah, but he is recovering fairly nicely. He's got to stay off his knee for a little bit. He's got his pimp cane going. We need to do one video podcast again.
I know.
I have my camera, but I'm not going to set it up because I forgot my damn USB hub at home. But yes, he is recovering nicely, so that way he. Hopefully within the next month or so, he can be off the cane, and we can hang out more. Not that it with me and Jake, we both enjoy each other's company, but it's the fact that we work so fucking hard and at crazy hours that we can't hang out like we usually do. If this was probably a year or 2 ago when I was still working my regular. Well, not regular 9 to 5, my fucking 7 to 3, and still able to hit up a bar and just have some drinks and shit. It'd be no problem. But now we both have lives. Still, neither of us have kids, but have crazy ass lives and work schedule.
One of us got a wife too. So
yes, he has the wife. I am unfortunately single. I am unfortunately.
Unfortunately?
Yes. Unfortunately, because dating fucking sucks for me.
Well, you live in Wichita. So.
Yes. When you find out somebody that you like is basically getting dicked down in parking lots and shit, that's not the greatest thing. Alright, but going on to today's topic, it is things... Ooh, one sec. I don't know who just hit me up. Never mind. It is things that we wish we never had to do again forever. Now, this ranges from things that are practical to things that personally we just don't want to fucking do anymore. So, Jake, want to go first?
Sure.
All right, what's your number 1?
Car maintenance. hands down.
Yeah, as someone who needs a water pump fixed on my car, yes.
I'm just like, every day, shoot, you pay off one thing to get fixed on it. Next day, windshield's either broken, you need the brakes replaced, tires aired up, need more gas, like, anything like that. Self-running car, that, hands down, will be the best thing in the world.
Yeah, true. I get that. Like I said, as someone who's had to spend a lot of money on car repair, on current cars and previous, yes, I do agree with you on that one. The car I have right now, I had to go through. Well, I need a water pump now. Still need to get. I think since I've had this car, I still haven't had a fucking tune up. And I mean not tune up, but like spark plugs and wires and stuff, which I need to get that done sometime soon. But shit's just too expensive, and then when you try to do it yourself, it's time consuming. It's like with my water pump. I know I could probably do it, but do I have the time to really do it? Not really. Like, yes, I do. Do I have the skills to do what I need to do? I could probably learn how to, but I don't want to fuck something up and then have to. So this water pump is like way at the bottom of like the fucking car, like at the engine or whatever. Then it's like certain fucking.
Talk to my brother about that.
Yes, I sent you that text message.
Yeah, no, you did.
But you gotta take the fucking reservoir out. Then you gotta take some other shit out. Then it's like a bolt that's like hidden before you can take. It's a process that I don't have the time or the patience for. Really, the patience. I have the time for it. I just don't have the patience because my thing is, I got big ass hands too. So it's like trying to put this big ass gorilla paw and fucking bear paw. Yeah, I know. Or trying to put this big ass bear paw and like fucking small engine parts or whatever in small spaces don't really work for me.
I mean, man, your hand's about half the size of a car battery.
Basically, yeah.
Let's be honest.
True. All right, so my number one, as the cat feeder goes, my number one is lifting or moving anything heavy. So I'm pretty sure I've said this a lot on certain episodes of this podcast. I used to work in a lot of warehouses and factories where it was a lot of heavy lifting. Do I do I miss it? Somewhat, because that was a way of working out and stuff like that and kind of keeping myself regularly fit. Do I want to do that shit every day? No. If it was an easier way, well, I know there are easier ways of moving stuff and crap like that, but I just don't want to deal with having to lift up heavy shit anymore. I don't.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm a lazy mover. I'll be honest. I get those sliders, a freaking dolly, all that stuff. Basically, just mean like, okay, angle it up. Jacks basically go around it. Jack strap, tighten.
Yeah.
Get it all up there. The only thing that sucks is getting it up the truck. That's about it.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, even aside from like moving, I mean, just like lift, like trying to lift that TV and shit like that, and trying to move it to a different place. Which I know flat screens are less heavy as like the old fatback TVs that we were accustomed to.
No, dude, funniest thing I ever ran into one of those things was me and my brother are going down the street. We see these people basically saying that there's a sign on a huge fatback TV. It's about probably the size of my couch, maybe a little bigger. Gets to the point, me and my brother are like, yeah, no, we can get it. Mm-hmm. Get it on the freaking skateboard, start moving it over to our house, try to get it into the basement, right, my room. Mm-hmm. The TV's too fucking big to get down the basement. Like...
Dude, so this is why I need to write like an autobiography of like my dating life. So this one girl I was seeing, her mom used to go to like auctions and she would get like these, the big screen fatback TVs and basically get them for like $1. And so she gave me one, and this is when I still had my old Ford Explorer Sports Track, which everybody used to give me shit for because it's like, oh, that's not a real truck, because it was a smaller tailgate on it. That's why.
It's a truck that's made for work, not to show your ass and show how small your dick is.
Exactly. Because everybody was like, oh, that's not a real tailgate, because it was like a fucking square. It wasn't like this big rectangular fucking. It wasn't like a long truck bed. I'm just like, who gives a shit? But loaded it up by myself, took it off by myself. Then I think one of my neighbors saw me. It was like, hey, you want some help? I was like, yeah, sure. Help me bring it down the stairs. to like the basically my version of the living room because it was 2 stories, and turn this thing on. It was like hella blurry and like magenta. I don't think I ever fucking used it because I was like, oh, I could use this to play like video games or whatever, like the old school shit. Because I still had a GameCube. And I think I still had like my Nintendo 64 or whatever. Mind you, this was like 5 years ago too. So I was like, shit, try to fix it up, do whatever I need to. I was like, it was just sitting there. It was just something else in the house, which I ended up taking out later on. And I was like, I wonder if I could like, you know how they do like the thing with cars where it's like people pay $1 and they can like smash it or whatever. I was gonna try to do something like that with this TV.
Yeah, honestly, people need to let off steam. That's one of the best ways to go.
I'm debating on doing like those rage rooms, like paying.
Oh, I've done it before. Trust me, it's worth it.
Yeah, but see, with me, I need like whatever a group of 4 would cost. I need that just for myself.
Pay for 4 tickets. Shoot, I mean, you could go the route that my uncle did. A while ago, he basically just put up flat walls, everything else in his spare shetty in the back. Whenever he got pissed, he'd go down to Dollar Tree, drop like $100 on plates, some other stuff, go to a few garage sales. He'd fill that place up, grab a baseball bat, sledgehammer, that's all he had in there. Start smashing the shit out of stuff, then basically just tossing it.
Yeah, because I know they make those rage rooms. They like the highest one they have. I think it's like $80 or $100, something like that. I would need that one for a lot of days. I need that like once a week. Like that, I need that on like a Sunday, like $80 a Sunday, just to like be like, fuck this shit.
I mean, dude, it kind of goes to my second deal that I was telling you about. Like, honestly, second thing I really wish I never had to deal with again: being polite to people when I don't feel like they deserve it.
Yeah.
Like, that goes for work, everyday circumstance, all that. Like, there are just points where it's like, I've tried polite with you. Now at this point, I just want to tell you to fuck off. Like,
yeah. Honestly, yeah, I get that. As consider we're both in that customer service field of, oh, the customer's always right, and they're fucking not.
No, like, dude, honestly, that mentality has fucking destroyed the industry.
Yeah.
Like, it used to be, hell, you give a damn about your employee, you go through the route.
Yeah. Now it's just like, oh, well, what did you do to fucking piss off the customer?
Yeah,
I'm
when
just
they
like,
come onto the line pissed.
Yeah. I'm like, what about me? Like, I'm the one trying to take care of this fucking idiot. And they, like, I dealt with that with my wedding DJ job, where like twice I think, where the bride was on some bullshit, and then I had one event where it was like the Kentucky Derby thing, and they gave me a bad review, and I was just like, well, they're old white racist pieces of shit. Yeah. And then my boss is like, oh no, it just can't be that. I'm just like, what do you mean it just can't be that? I'm like, I was the only speck of pepper in this fucking sea of salt.
Dude, the funniest shit is, like, a couple days ago, I get on the line with this woman. She's like, are you from the U.S.? Do you speak English? And I'm, like, speaking English to her at the beginning of the call. And those are, like, her deal. She's like, no, do you speak actual English? Like, and I'm like, ma'am, I'm talking to you in it right now. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, dude, you... the amount of times you kind of just deal with people, it's like, shit.
See, having your job, I wouldn't last. Like, I would last probably like a month, and they'd be like, yeah, fuck y'all, I quit.
Hey, you see my 4-year plaque? Well, it's 4 years now.
Yeah.
But, like, shoot, man, only reason I'm there, health insurance, dental, vision. That's it.
Yeah, Jake works for a call center. That's one reason why we do audio only, so that way he doesn't get, like, found out for talking shit. I'm not saying which one he works for, because we're keeping that confidential. Plus, I don't remember which one you work for. Kinda do. Don't say it on the microphone. I kinda do, but I don't remember if that's the exact one. I'm just not gonna say it. So my second one is dieting, which I know that sounds fucked up. Yes.
I'm sorry. You see the way I eat, so it's
same. But yeah, my second one is dieting. If I never had to fucking diet or having to eat fucking like grilled chicken and like corn or whatever fucking ever again. Like I want to enjoy food. Like I don't want to fucking yes. So the reason why Jake is laughing so hard is because this man is like he's the best meal prepper I've ever seen in my life. If you think you meal prep, he is like, hold my fucking my lightning cool shandy, you motherfucker. He's like, hold my war beer, hold my grog. That's what he is.
Oh, man,
This man has like pizza and coffee. It's like at the ready for at least like 2 weeks at a time.
Month.
Oh, a month. Sorry,
Yeah.
like a month. Like
Pizza, jambalaya, burritos.
he has
spaghetti.
all this stuff he has like breakfast prepared for like he just wake up and like, all right, I want some eggs and some bacon, and just cook that shit within like probably 5 minutes. Like if he wants dinner, he can pop it in the fucking like
Microwave for a
in the
minute.
microwave. He's like, it's like getting a TV dinner, but like way better. They like
No, it's all health food too.
yeah,
man.
it is all healthy shit. Like this man has legit tried to get me like to meal prep. Like he's been like trying to give me some of his stuff. I was like, dude,
I
keep your food-
overcook. Like, shoot, I got chicken Alfredo. I got some pork fried rice in there. I got some pizza. I got some burritos. Like, shoot, and it's all handmade too. Like,
Like this man is the king of meal prepping. Like I said, you think you meal prep, he is like, hold my beer. Or, but yeah, I just want to live. I just want to be able to eat what I want, but still have like my metabolism. And I know with getting older, your metabolism slows down and stuff like that, or we just don't know what exactly to eat to keep that our metabolism like intact.
the best rule you can follow is the 5-ingredient rule. If something's processed and you want to eat it, if it has more than 5 ingredients, usually that's a no.
Yeah.
Like, that's my opinion. You can go up to 7, but like when it starts getting to that stuff you don't know what it is, that's a no for me.
Well, then also my thing is too is like I want to eat chicken, but then I want to eat steak and stuff like that. Which the whole thing of, oh, you can't have red meat. I was like, fuck that. Then
Yeah, you can have red meat.
well, they say too much. Like they say too much of it is bad for you. But then like you think stuff that's supposed to be healthy, like carrots, is supposed to be healthy for you. And it's like, oh, eating too much like eating carrots aren't healthy. I'm just like, what the fuck can I eat aside from fucking kale and a salad and it's a fucking boiled chicken that's bland and it got no fucking seed? Like what the fuck can I eat? Like
So that's one thing I've never understood about the dieting community either. Seasonings will not add any, like it may add like 1, 2, 3 calories at most. That's it. I'll never understand why they're like, oh, you want to eat it bland. No, fucking spicy seasonings have been shown to actually speed up the metabolism. Like when people say avoid seasonings, I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm not eating this bland food.
No, like I'm a black man. I don't like fucking bland shit. I use fucking I use a certain seasoning salt. I don't use Lawry's. I used fucking whatever the other fucking like whatever the other salt. I used their seasoning salt. I use pepper, fucking paprika, fucking nutmeg, and onions, or like ground onions and ground garlic and other shit like oregano. Like I'm a man who fucking cooks and uses fucking shit. Like the fact I just listed like 8 things right there.
Real talk. Do you like cilantro?
Yes.
Okay, see, I don't get it, man, but I found out recently, like, it's a gene that makes it taste like soap.
Yeah.
Like,
I've heard that too, and I'm just like, if you don't like cilantro, you're a pussy. I'm sorry.
pretty much.
Like you have weak genes. I don't give a fuck what you say.
Oh, so we going for the lactose intolerant people now too, right?
Considering I'm getting there, but that's just I feel like that's the black gene. It's just like, all right, by the time you turn 30, you're gonna end up getting fucking lactose intolerance. Because I used to be able to eat a fucking bowl of cereal, no problem. Now it's just like an hour later, I'm like on the fucking toilet. And
Dude,
I hate
all the milks that aren't milk. Like, Lord help. I'm like, seriously, dude, there's bean milk now.
Dude, it's almond milk and soy milk. There's fucking rice milk.
Wait, rice?
Yeah, rice milk.
Where do you find the teat on these things? Like,
I don't fucking. Then is what, oat milk, which I'm like, what fuck? Like oat doesn't fucking produce milk. Like what the hell is this shit? What is it? Goat milk? Is it lamb milk or something like that?
No, so those are actual milks.
Yeah,
like,
no.
dude, goat milk, like, that's good. Goat cheese, love it. Like, I can't say no to that stuff half the time. Like,
I've never had it and probably not gonna try.
you sure? Like, we can get some crackers sometime?
no.
Okay.
This,
I'll try to feed you. I'm sorry.
Yes, he tries to feed me like a grandma. All right, what's your third one?
My third one? I mean, this is one we all can relate to. Bills.
True.
Like, hands down, it is the worst feeling in the world. When you get your paycheck, all that, you're like, shoot, I can do this, and this.
And then just like, wait, no, I can't.
Nah, like, seriously. First time in my life, I managed to take 2 weeks off in a row. And I'm like, only reason I could do that was I didn't spend a dime for like 3 months. That's it.
Dude, I'm struggling with that shit right now. Like, because so I got pulled over a while back and I had to pay to get myself out and also to pay to get my car back because they put it in a fucking impound.
You got lucky, yeah. Your money on you.
Yeah, I really did get lucky on that shit. But so that was like almost $600, which my rent is $575. It's it's not that bad. I know people who pay more. I know people who pay less, whatever. But you know, that was my bill money, and now this entire month I'm just like trying to get back kind of to ground zero, or just like I got that I gotta pay for, which I'm still gotta pay for. Then I got car payment. Then I got fucking Evergy, and I got Cox, who was just fucking annoying me too. And then I got fucking car wear and tear that I need to pay for too. And then also the fucking price of gas right now.
I mean, you could go my method. You're probably going to get hurt, but...
Dude, no, I can't. I wish I can go your method of fucking electric skateboard, but electric skateboard plus DJ gear,
yeah,
not going to help out.
Very bad day.
Yeah.
But,
Especially when I got to take speakers and stuff too.
yeah, like that's... Like, isn't it if you hit a mic on the ground, it can break it, like, right? Like, or at least make the sound off or anything like that just easily.
But yeah, like having to not pay bills would be fucking nice. Just just having money to yourself. Like and this is gonna be one for later, but it's just like I've been meaning to like get new clothes and stuff because I guess I'll talk about this.
Finding clothes for you, my dude, is not easy.
Yeah. So I'll move this one up because this was on my list. But shopping for clothes, I wish I never to do again either. I am kind of big into just wearing just something. Like I go to fucking Walmart now, and I'll just get like the shirt I'm wearing right now is a fucking just plain gray, like dark gray T-shirt, or I wear a black T-shirt, and then just some fucking shorts or some pants. I wear like Dickies or just whatever fucking shorts or whatever I can find. Like I just found like some cargo shorts from there where it's like below the knee. Just was like I think paid like $16-17 or whatever. I love them. Then the fact of you find a pair one week and then the next week they're just fucking gone, and now they got like above the knee. I'm just like, yeah, no, like I'm not wearing anything above the knee. I'm not a fucking asshole. I'm not a white frat boy. I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Fuck you.
I can't. Hey, you can do it. I can't. I'm sorry.
Hey, now, granted, only reason I'm wearing it right now is because
yours
my
is below.
brace.
Yours is like at the
barely,
knee.
barely
They're at
there.
the knee.
Like, let's be honest. I sit down though; it's above the knee.
Like I'm sitting down right now. My shit is firmly like still below the knee, but it's the thing in me where I don't want to adapt to the new era of like fashion.
I mean, dude, you see my clothes. Like, shoot, I got 3 different methods. One is shorts, tank top. The other is old punk vest, torn up jeans, boots, T-shirt. Then the third, my favorite, most of the days, tie, vest, dress shirt, nice dress shoes. Like, shoot.
But it's just a thing of I miss dressing like I did kind of in like the early 2000s. Not all the way like I was doing like baggy T-shirts and shit like that. Like having like I wear 3 like this is like a 2XL T, 3XL whatever T-shirt. Like finding stuff that is long but not big. Like that's been the biggest thing for me too, is learning the difference of a 3X versus a 3XL T. where a 3X, it is wider, but it's not long, to where a LT is long and it actually fits you a little bit better. You know, that's why I like going to JCPenney, and actually found out like certain Walmarts, they actually have like the LTs and stuff like that, which is nice. Like, I actually do like having that option of like not just going into a store and be like, oh, I gotta get this fucking 3X, 4X, or whatever, and then if I can go to somewhere and get, you know, a 2X LT, which is not fitting, like it still gives me some give, and it's not on me, but it still looks good. It's still long, especially with how the weather is, where you wear a t-shirt, you get into your car a certain way, and your lower back just gets burnt. You know, with somebody who has fucking leather seats in their car, and it's 120 out right now, stepping into a hot ass car and got a short t-shirt, your ass is getting burnt.
I mean, dude, that's a big reason why I'm still wearing the ties and the vests and the dress shirt. Mind you, it's not the most comfortable stuff in the world, but it is a whole different deal when the clothing is fitted for you.
Yeah.
Like, that makes the fucking day.
Also, like going into big, I don't think I've ever been to a big and tall store, but I feel like they don't have the kind of fashion that I look for. Like I am, and I hate saying it like this, but I'm still kind of like that urban style, like the kind of old school, like 90s, 2000s, like New York. Aside from the Timberlands, because I don't like Timbs, but give me the Jordans, give me like baggy jeans.
Black Air Force?
Yes, I do. I actually do have a pair of black Air Force Ones, yeah. But I need to buy a new pair because my old pair are like busted to shit. Because those used to be my work shoes. But yeah, like give me Jordans, give me like baggy Dickies, or like fucking army fatigue pants, or whatever, and then just like a decent sized t-shirt. Like I said, I'm a bigger dude. I'm 300 trying to get back down to 2 something, but having that comfort of just a decent t-shirt, whatever, it's comfortable to me. I don't wear fucking skinny jeans. I don't wear tight ass t-shirts. I know people want to be like, oh, you have a beautiful. I'm like, no. Well, first of all, that's another thing too, and I should put this on my list.
Are we about to hit like the body positivity now?
Yeah, the body positivity shit, which I want to get into that, and I think that might be my next one. Well, I don't have it put down, but that'll be my next one. The whole bullshit like body positivity. It's only for women. It's only for fucking women. Everybody's like, oh, we like a guy with a dad bod. I'm like, the fuck you don't. The fuck you don't. You still, whatever. You're still smaller than I am.
I'm small. I know,
but it's the thing of, like, look at the top fucking like actors and shit right now. None of them have dad bods. Most of them are dads, but none of them are fucking dad bods. I think, look at all like the sexiest men alive and shit like that. I think the only one who probably had a dad bod was probably fucking Blake Shelton, which I don't understand how the fuck he was considered fucking sexiest man alive. I'm probably sexier than that motherfucker, and I'm saying no homo. I'm saying that too, but I'm like, I know I look better than fucking Blake Shelton. He's just fucking famous.
Dude, here's the deal. Like, honestly, another thing I hate is, like, how it's constantly gone from this point to where originally it was for amputees, burn victims, things of that nature. Like, people who, I don't want to say it like this, but people who were disfigured by an accident or something happened, like, that was originally set up for them. Like, you look at Lizzie Vasquez. You know who I'm talking about?
No.
Like, pull up a picture of her real quick. You'll know exactly who I'm talking about.
I'll pull it up.
But, like, seriously, she had a disease when she was younger, everything else, and it destroyed her. But honestly, you look at her content, everything else, probably one of the most positive people you'll ever see on the internet. Hands down.
Keep going.
Like, there's just no way around that. Somebody with such a pure heart, everything of that nature. Like, honestly, if there was a few people I wish I could talk to, she'd probably be on the top of the list.
Yeah, but this is just the fact of a thing that, like, nobody really gives a fuck about fat people.
No,
like they don't. They really don't. That's why, like, every single movie, who is the one that it's always like the fat dude or the fat chick who's always just they're the one to get dogged. They're the one to get dogged out, or they're just like, oh, they're the happy to be ones or shit like that, or they're the bitch. Kind of.
Dude, did you hear about that one? She was an Instagram model, right? She goes down to a ranch. The rancher flat out tells her, you cannot get on the horse. because you're gonna hurt it. And dude, the rancher and his son had to apologize for calling her fat bitch because she kept trying to hop on the horse. Like, dude, they aren't thinking about you here. They're thinking about the horse's freaking health. Like, for God's sake. And dude, they had to issue out an apology because of that. I'm like, that's something I wouldn't apologize for. I'd be like, no, you want to put my animal at risk? No, that's my livelihood.
Yeah, and I hate everybody just like, oh, it's not body positivity. Like, you be it. Like,
obesity is an epidemic.
Yes. Like nobody should be like, oh, you should love, like, no, you should, which I talked about this too.
You can like how you are, but you can always want to be better.
Yeah.
Like,
and going back to my last episode I was talking about being a bigger guy or just bad people in general, because so the Walmart that's closest to me, and I'll retell the story and you probably will laugh because I know I laughed at it. So I went in at like 10 something at night and I needed to get laundry detergent, but then talking with my dad the day before, it's like the certain brand of cookies that Walmart has in their bakery, and I was there. It's like six fucking cookies, but they're like $5 each. Well, like $5 altogether. Yeah, I know. Like it's a $5 pack of fucking 6 cookies, but they are so goddamn good. They're like a decent size and everything. You put them in the fucking microwave for a certain minute, they basically fucking melt in your damn mouth. But I walk in and I see one of their employers who is this like huge fucking big dude, and I've seen him before. I honestly do try to avoid him, and I do this with like a lot of bigger people where it's like if I see somebody that's like way bigger than me, it's two things. It's like one, I do kind of judge him as like, man, he is big as fuck, Jesus Christ. And then I was like, I'm glad it ain't me. But then it's also retroactive. It's like if like that night, I'm buying something that would most likely get me bigger or whatever, which is because it's sweets and shit like that. And it's a thing of like, okay, I just saw this dude, maybe I shouldn't buy this. And then it retroactively made me not buy the fucking cookies. I bought other shit, but I didn't buy the fucking cookies. And I was like, and it's because I saw this dude was like really, really big. And I did the same thing when I think last week me and my dad went to go see AEW, and I saw a lot of big guys. Where I'm just like, how the fuck are you fitting in this seat? Like I'm barely having problems not getting up and stuff like that. But I'm just like, it's shit like that I see, which goes back into the kind of the dieting thing or like working out, whatever. It's just, I wish I can just eat what I want and then just like have that metabolism to just burn that shit, or just like being able just to go on a walk and it's like, oh cool, I burned all the fucking calories I just ate or whatever.
No, like, dude, me growing up, like, I was a thin kid, all that. But one day, my uncle sat me down. He looked at my diet, everything I was eating with me. And the dude's diabetic.
Yeah.
Like, he ended up showing me pictures of him when he was my age and stuff. And he's like, look, you don't fix your diet. You keep eating the sugar. Like, diabetes runs in the family. Like, you got to watch what you do. And, like...
yeah, that's something else, too.
Yeah, no, but legit, we've reached a point where obesity is probably... like, I'll never look down on somebody for how they are. Fully. Can't. But we have to admit it's the biggest health pandemic we have right now. Like, people are dying over COVID and shit, but, like, how many people are dying comparatively in a year compared with obesity? Like,
and, like, that's they put the fear in me. Just, like, that dude could probably die any fucking moment. And he might be healthy. He might not be. He might be doing all...
There's always going to be those glandular issues. There's always going to be stuff
I also said that in the last episode, too. Like, it might be a glandular thing, it might be something that runs in the family or whatever, and it's just something that you probably can't avoid if you gotta get a surgery for it and shit like that. It's fine. But it's just seeing somebody like that, like he's a big guy. I even said it in an episode, it was like dude was like leaning back trying to like distribute his weight, and he leaned back a little bit too much and like almost fell. And I was like, if he would have fell, that shit would have been like a tree falling in the forest. See, this is why we're going to hell, and you know what? I kind of don't care anymore.
I mean, hell ain't bad in my religion. I don't know about yours.
I'm considering I have no religion.
Yeah, we had that talk, didn't we?
Yeah. I am not a religious person. I don't care what anyone says about it. All right, what is your third one? What did we get to? I think we said that.
Honestly, it's probably another health-related thing. lose time while sleeping. I love to sleep and all that, but I hate losing the time due to it. Like, there's so many things I want to do in a day, but then you're like, shit, I gotta sleep, or else I'm not gonna be able to make the money to do those things later. And still, even when I get off work later, still don't have the time to do those things.
Yeah, you lose so much time in the day when you sleep. Like, we both go to sleep. Well, depending on when you work, like you sleep at a normal time or you sleep like in the morning. Me, it is 5-6 o'clock in the morning for me, unless I am like super tired. Like I've taken fucking melatonin and still couldn't fall asleep at a decent time. Like, I'm not talking about just like, the 1 or 2. Like, I've taken like 5, which they don't tell you to fucking do, but I've taken a lot. Go ahead.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir, because that damn sleep 3 stuff, it's like 3 times the dose of melatonin. I've taken 3 of those multiple times, and sadly, it's reached the point, shoot, whiskey is about the only thing that'll knock me out lately.
Yeah, which, like, it's sad. It was like, alcohol is the one thing that will get me to fucking go to sleep.
Yeah.
No joke. Fuck your melatonin. Fuck your sleeping pills. Like, that is. I'll say this right now. That's just for kids and for pussies. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you taking 2 fucking like 10 milligram melatonins, you are. I'm not gonna say you a pussy. I'll take that back for the pussy thing. But I don't know what the fuck it is. Like, you just need a fucking glass of warm milk, motherfucker.
Nah, but dude, okay, so part of it goes back to like body chemistry and stuff like that. Like, also there's certain things that go off. Like, me personally, I got ADHD. Like, shit, you hand me a caffeinated can, I'm tired.
Yeah.
Like, that's my issue with it. You hand me melatonin, yeah, I'm pretty wired at that point. Like, that's just how it goes.
Melatonin, like, I have a high tolerance for like a lot of things. Like,
Well,
me,
you're,
yes, I'm a big guy, yes, but I get it from my dad. So like I get a fucking headache. I gotta take like fucking 6 Tylenols, extra strengths, and even still, it still won't get rid of it. Like, I have any type of fucking pain. Like, I've taken my dad's like medicated fucking pain pills, where you gotta eat something beforehand, because if you don't, that shit will rip your fucking stomach open. And still, like, most of the times, it will help. Other times, sometimes it doesn't. And like, this is shit that's like prescribed, like, came from a fucking doctor, medically grade shit, where it's like, it's not fucking, 50, 100, 200. Like, the shit is like 800-900 like milligrams of some high pure shit. And it's for my dad, who has like fucking back problems. Like, it's supposed to, like, the shit that they gave him, they said they gave it to a fucking rhino and it would fucking stop them. So, but yeah, like you said, going back to the sleep thing, because we've been going on tangents. Yes, I do agree with that shit. If there was a way you could like just pause time while you were sleeping, or just like if you slept for an hour but it felt like 8 hours of sleep. Or even like an hour or 2, whatever, like that. Well, you took a nap, and then you woke up, and you were fresh from just that hour or 2. You're like, all right, I can go do whatever. I can, because it's certain things like that I miss during the day that I used to do when I was like just going to get breakfast at like a decent time of the day, or like it's stuff like that I just don't do anymore. Like, today and my birthday are the only 2 times I've actually gotten up at a certain point to go get breakfast. And it wasn't even at like 8, 9, 10 o'clock. It was at fucking noon.
Shoot, dude. You remember that old 80s movie, Falling Down? The dude goes on a freaking rampage because the McDonald's wasn't serving breakfast. Like, that was the thing that threw him over the edge.
I think you told me about that before.
Yeah, no, like, honestly.
I mean, I'd be the fucking same way. I'm just like, I hate that now. I hate the fact that McDonald's doesn't have breakfast 24 hours anymore. Like, I hate that, because I miss getting a fucking like a fucking egg McMuffin at fucking 2 in the afternoon. Like, I don't want a fucking burger right now. Like, give me some. There was never a time in the day that I don't want to eat breakfast. I'll have breakfast at fucking 7 at night. I don't give a damn. I will prove a point and just fucking make like this big ass breakfast like later today and fucking post it if I really felt like it. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I know how to make an egg McMuffin.
I think everybody knows how to make an egg McMuffin. It's just it again. It's
hey! I'm just making jokes about feeding you. Come
yes,
on,
I know.
like shoot.
Everyone knows how to make the egg McMuffin. It's just the fact it's more convenient just to go there to get it, which it might be fucking 3,000 calories in a fucking bite. But either that or the what's the other one, the McGriddle.
Oh God. Okay, that. I'm not gonna lie. Me, I'm a health guy. Like when it comes to my food and stuff, I've fully reached the point like watching my diet, watching the calorie intake. That is my weakness.
Oh yeah.
Like hands down, there's no way around it. Like that, the freaking syrup in the bun, like that is my weakness. There's no way around it.
Because you know it's so processed, but you're just like, how did they do it? How did they do that? Like, how the fuck did they got the right amount of like syrupy goodness in this fucking thing?
No, and it's not like in syrup all over your hands, everything else. And it's just like. And trust me, I hate it, but it is my weakness. But like, I eat that stuff, and well, that goes on to our next issue. I'm stuck in the bathroom for like 30, 40 minutes, like nonstop, no way out of it.
Yeah. Is that your next one?
Oh, I thought that was both.
Oh wait, no.
Using the bathroom in general.
All right, my third one. What I know we've been going out of order with a lot of this.
Yeah.
So number 3 that was actually on my list is giving people rides, because I'm always like the designated driver, but anytime I need something, there is no one ever fucking around to like it's a thing of like
you offer. But.
Yes, I know. Well, it's the thing of like, you know, it's supposed to be like you scratch my back, I scratch yours, and now it's like, oh yeah, you do this for me, and I'll maybe do it if I have the time for you, and I'm just like. If people really knew how much time I took out of my day, or like just to go pick somebody up and take them wherever they need to go or do whatever, I feel like they should be more grateful. And I feel like that's the thing now. It's no one's ever grateful for shit. They just feel like
they deserve it.
Yeah,
like,
they feel like they deserve it, or it should be handed to them. And I'm like, you are not entitled to my fucking time. I took the time out. From whatever, I could just be in the house, just chilling, watching TV, doing whatever. It's still my time of like relaxation and getting my mind off shit. It could like it could be I could be fucking sleeping. I could be fucking or something like that. I could be doing whatever. But I took the time out of my own. I took the time out of my own day to take you wherever you needed to go. But when something happens with me and I can't fucking drive somewhere, I can't get people to help me out.
No, like shoot, dude. I'll put it this way, man. The best lesson I learned was at the age of 22. Flat out, I ended up broke. I had no money for food for a month. I ended up eating at the freaking Lord's Diner, for God's sake, because I was just that broke. I had enough to cover the bills. I had enough to basically cover the gas to get to and from work, just without the month it played out. But shoot, best lesson I ever learned. Nothing in the world owes you anything. Nothing in the world belongs to you, actually. Nothing in the world is owed to you. Like, in the second you learn that lesson, at that point, it's just a wake-up call. Being like, and when you can put that towards other people, too, that you don't owe them anything. You choose to help them. And if other people can acknowledge that you chose to help them, it wasn't owed to them or anything like that.
See, that's something that I feel like people don't understand. I chose to do this.
I chose to have your back.
Yeah, I chose to help you out. Like, and I'll say that, and then like hyphen, well, whatever, not hyphen, but whatever, like that, and then loaning someone money, and especially like when they don't give it back, that pisses me off so much. It's like it's like you in the fucking mob, and like you gotta go fucking
break some kneecaps.
Yeah. Well, it's like they're fucking avoiding you and shit. I'm just like, dude, I gave you some cash. You just can't fucking pay me back. Like, really? Like, if it was, but then on the other side, it's like if somebody gives you money, they want that shit back so fucking fast. I'm just like, dude, I don't have it. Now, as someone who has been on both sides, like I've given people money, and also I've had to ask people for money, and I'll make sure to pay back. Sometimes it might take a little bit longer, and I always let them know that. But I always make sure to pay. Always.
No, like whenever I've made it a rule whenever I loan out money, I'm like, I don't expect to see that back. because I'm like, you know what? I'm considering it a gift. If it comes back, fine. But the other end, like, if I'm ever loaned money by anybody, I'm like, hey, look, I can pay it to you in segments. I'll do it bit by bit by bit, and we can, and I'll even, it's my idea. I tell them, look, I'll add a bit of interest on top of it because it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the decent way to be. You hindered that other person by borrowing money from them. You pay them back a little extra, or you pay them back on time. Like, that's my rule.
Or yeah, don't be like, oh, let's go get something. I'm like, no, I want money. Like, I can go buy what I want with the money that you gave me. Don't make it seem like you can pay me back by getting me food or taking me to, like, or you can pay me in fucking gas. You can do that. Especially if I gave you a ride, and I don't mean fucking $5, because $5 is legit a fucking is a gallon of gas now. Like, this
It's
isn't.
less than a gallon, isn't it? It's like gone over $5 now, if I'm right.
No, it's hanging on. It's like $4.50 right now.
Dude,
In certain
California,
parts,
it's like $7.25 currently. It's nuts.
like in Kansas, it's still under $5. It's like a fucking 1.1, like 1.2 maybe, fucking gallons of gas. But yeah, that shit ain't up. Like, run me the fucking like 10, bro. Like, you gotta double that shit. I'm sorry. Like, the age of running somebody down the street or taking them to the store or whatever. Because here's the thing. As someone who lives not too far from a Dillon's, if it was something like that, then yes, I had no problem taking you. Because again, it's fucking hot out. No one wants to walk. Like, I don't want to fucking walk anywhere.
No, but dude, the deal with the grocery store in all actuality now too, like, I gotta be honest, you don't even need a ride to the grocery. This actually goes on to another issue with grocery shopping. Like, surprisingly, I've been able to avoid that by just going on the Walmart app or the Dillon's app and placing the order. Yeah, occasionally it'll fuck it up.
Yeah.
But shoot, it's something that can be avoided in certain circumstances if you minimize a bit of what you're getting.
Yeah. Also, like, my thing is I don't like grocery shopping, but I also don't like doing the like delivery shit too, where other people are picking out shit for me, because I know the stuff that I want to be able to, like, to see it and stuff like that. Like, I want to be able to pick it out for myself. Do I like waiting in those fucking lines? No, but I also love self checkout sometimes. I hate the fact that the Dillons near me, they stop the fucking self checkout after like 10 o'clock, and then they'll have one lane open.
Dude,
I'm
you
just
remember when they used to have like 15 people checkout lanes at Walmart and Dillon's?
Yes.
What was that, like 10 years ago?
Shit, maybe
15? It's been a while.
I want to say 10. I'll say 10. But the fact that I've only been in Kansas for less than 10, and back where I live at, they still have, well, you know what, I can't outright say they still have like 10, 15 lanes open at like different places, because the last time I went back home, they closed down the one Walmart that was close to us, which I was like, fuck. But I mean, yes, I want to put that on the thing of like never having to wait in fucking line at a grocery store. But people just don't want to fucking work anymore.
No, but dude, Sam's Club actually has a deal set up. Like, I was in awe when, shoot, my mom hits me up. She's like, hey, do you want to go to Sam's Club with me? I could use a hand. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. Dude, Sam's Club has a freaking app. You go through the place, you scan the stuff, and basically you just scan it at the checkout line, walk out with the stuff, stick it in the back. Like,
Well, not bag.
No, but stick it in the back of your car. Like, that's it. You scan it, pay, stick it in the back. Like, you just scan your phone, and it scans everything down. And I'm like,
I love that.
yeah, no, like,
do love
it's
that.
amazing. It's done in seconds. Now, Sam's Club, you can get away with it because everything's in bulk. You don't really need bags.
Yeah. It just astounds me, all the things that you gotta do just to get I don't know, like going to the grocery store, I have to go through all that shit. Like, I like going at certain times. I miss I should put this on my list, but I kind of can't because I know they will not, like, just going grocery shopping during the day or the afternoon. I miss go into the grocery store at like I'm just going to Walmart or Dillon's or wherever at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Like I get done DJing or get done working or whatever. Yeah, go into fucking Walmart at 2-3 a.m. No one's there. You know how fast I used to get done with shit. Sometimes yes, I'd walk around and do whatever. Most of the times it's just okay. Give me the fuck I need. Be done within like 5 minutes. It'd be so easy, so
no
efficient.
No crying kids.
Yes.
No church crowd, for God's sake.
No dickhead fucking teenagers or 18-year-olds.
Surprisingly, I ran into a lot more of that at night.
Yeah, as someone who used to work at fucking Walmart at that time, yeah. All you fucking dickhead fucking, I can't even say preteens, but all you fucking teenagers who just got a fucking high school and stuff thinking that you're badass, trying to play fucking hide and seek in Walmart and all that dumb shit, or fucking stealing pregnancy tests and put them in the freezer section, or just stealing,
Wait, what?
Yes. Oh, I got stories on that shit.
Okay.
Like people stealing shit and then just like throwing the evidence in the fucking frozen section in the freezers. I've seen fucking movies stolen. I've seen pregnancy tests and condoms stolen. I've had somebody stole fucking shoes and they put their old ones in the fucking freezer. I'm just like,
now I do gotta say this in regards to the condom thing. Personally, I think condoms and shit like that, there should be easier access to it. Like, yeah, you can go to Planned Parenthood and shit, but
yeah.
Honestly,
I mean, there's easy access to it. It's not locked behind anything.
But I'm saying, as an adult, it's easy access to. Like, shoot, we can go down to the bar. Like, for freak's sake, we go down to a gay bar. There's free condoms.
Yeah.
Like, shoot, but as a teenager, question, where do you have to go aside from Planned Parenthood and
Your
all
parents.
that? Yeah, no, and like, question, do you really want to have to ask your parents?
I didn't. Okay, so we've had different experiences because I didn't ask my parents. They gave me some. I'm just like, when am I ever gonna, like, I looked at my parents and I was just like, when am I ever gonna use this? Y'all never let me out the house.
See, my ass, basically, shoot, my parents, full out, they'd make us have to go up and ask. There was a moment where my sister's hitting me up out of the blue, being like, can you buy me a Plan B? Mind you, this is when I'm 16. I got like $10 to my name. I'm telling her, like, I can't. So, I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be an uncle yet. I'm having to hit up my parents, be like, hey, look, I need $40. You can't ask why.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to kind of get the money out of them without basically telling them, hey, no, my sister needs a Plan B. Because, like, at that point, I don't want her to hate me. I don't want my parents to basically find out they might be grandparents.
Yeah.
And, like, shoot, having that full talk, my mom keeps pushing. Gets to the point, finally, I hit up my grandma, and I'm like, hey, Grandma, look, I need $40. You can't ask me why. Like, I wasn't even asking for the full $50 from her. I was willing to use my other 10 to make sure I wasn't an uncle yet.
Yeah.
Because at that point, that's just not a conversation you want to have.
No.
Mom tries to push it out at me later, and I'm like, oh, I just saw some concert tickets that I wanted. And my grandma's like, sure thing, sweetheart, no problem. Like, immediately is like, stop by my house, pick up the 40, you're good to go. I won't even ask. We won't even tell your parents. Like, that's one reason I love my grandmother, because, shoot, she knew I was pretty responsible for my age and shit. So she's like, he wouldn't be asking this unless there was something seriously behind it.
Yeah. All right, what's your fourth?
I mean, this one actually goes hand in hand. Sick and healthcare. Like, in healthcare, probably covering dental, vision, all of it. Like, human maintenance. Let's go with that.
Yeah. So I actually have that one as my 8th for getting sick or injured. But my actual number 4 is, and we talked about this, I think, before we started the podcast, anything bathroom related. And what I mean by that is peeing, having to take a piss, having to take a dump, honestly, showering, fucking brushing your teeth, anything like that. Like, and what I said, it's what I mean, like an out of shower, like you would still be fucking like clean or whatever like that. It'd be like some way you would
like
still
you walk
smell
through
fresh.
mist and it's just done.
Yeah, like something like that. Or if we were a different fucking form of like humans, to where somehow like we wouldn't fucking stink, like we could self clean some fucking house.
Just have like the Venom symbiote feeding off your stink.
Something like something to where like you wouldn't have to brush your teeth, you wouldn't have to fucking shower, you just wouldn't smell.
Yeah.
Like I take like 20, 30-minute showers, depending on like if I don't have to rush. Yeah, like 20 minutes. If I'm rushing, it's probably like 10. Which sometimes which I know when I was younger, I could bring in this shit down to like 5 probably.
Yeah.
But now it's just like
No, but as an adult, you gotta watch that stink up, especially as a male. Like, let's be honest. Dude, I got like 3 different types of deodorant. I got spray-on, stick, and then like a gel.
Yeah. But yeah, it's so much maintenance because you want to make sure, like you want to make sure you want to make sure your pits don't stink, but also you want to make sure your manhood ain't stinking neither.
No, God no.
You ain't got to experience this, but you probably have. It's like, especially when you were younger, it's like you might get some. You don't want to be, you don't want to walk out the house and your manhood.
I didn't get laid till like 18.
20.
Shit.
Yeah. I think like 19 or 20. No, let me see. I moved here when I moved to Kansas when I was 20. So yeah, 20. It was like a month before I fucking turned, like a month and a half before I turned 21. And I was like, I am not going to be 21 and a fucking virgin. And I ended up just messing with this fucking fat Mexican chick who...
You told me that story.
that is going to be an episode on its own, probably.
Hey, dude, I can tell you about mine, too. You want to do a double take?
Another episode.
Okay.
But, yeah, anything bathroom related, dealing with hygiene, dealing with hygiene, and then also just not having to fucking piss and take a shit, anything like that. Like, I don't know how much time combined those two things I could get back if I didn't have to do those. It at least had to be like
2-3 hours a day.
I'd say more.
More? Really?
Yes.
Huh.
I mean, because you said because the military they had. I don't want to say
no. They taught us to squeeze our bladder and not piss, and basically only take shit once or twice a day. Like
with me, dude, I probably take like 4 or 5 dumps a day, which is technically supposed to be healthy.
I get that, but like for me, I go into the bathroom, I'm done in like 2 minutes at any point, and
I sit there for a while.
The biggest trick is not going in there with your phone.
Yeah. Like I sit there for a while. Like taking a piss, that's nothing. But also the fact that like, I mean, depending on how much water you drink, and also the fact that we both drink. Like when you drink, you have to take a piss more. So it's like that.
Only after you break the seal, like shoot.
I mean, you break that seal, it's like
yeah.
Fuck.
Then you're going for like every 30 minutes.
Shit, feels like.
Yeah.
So yeah, like you add that up, I'm saying probably like 4 or 5.
No, but like as for the bathroom, the healthcare, everything together, I probably like even shaving, for God's sake, I put that all down as just human maintenance. If there was a way to avoid it,
I'll put that under a bathroom related activity.
Yeah, like everything human maintenance. If you could avoid it, like God. Like how many weekends do you get like throughout a year? Like, and how many of those are spent like either going to the doctor, the dentist, or something like that?
I mean, I haven't been to either in fucking years, which I know is bad, but yes, I know it's bad, but when you don't have fucking insurance.
No, dude, that goes back to like, so there was a moment I was at my dentist. You know me, I just started using the dental insurance and everything. Mm-hmm. My dentist basically, they're like, well, don't you go to the doctors when you're sick? And I'm like, no. Like,
do I look rich?
No, but she's just looking at me and she's like, your teeth are really bad. Like, mind you, I needed 3 crowns, needed a tooth pulled, all that. Like, and she's just like, so what do you do when you're sick with the doctor? I'm like, I lay in bed covered in 3 blankets, or I hop in the shower, try to heat up, or something like that, and pray it gets better. I take as much
medicine as possible. I drink tea with lemon and honey and just die.
No, like it's just like we ain't paying for an ambulance ride or anything like that. Like shoot, I'll take an Uber before anything else. You know, I think we're the only country where like ambulance ride can cost 3 months rent.
Yes.
Like
3 months? Shit, 6 months.
Okay. Depends on the amount you're paying for rent.
$575.
$575? All right.
I mean, shit. They make it to where fucking riding an ambulance is expensive.
Like, dude, one of my neighbors, for God's sake. Okay. Usually I'll sleep with my curtains open, all that, so the sun hits me in the morning, everything else. One of my neighbors, literally an ambulance ride every night or every other night, and they'd always park in front of my side of the building when she's living on the other side. And I'm like, gets to the point, I'm like, what? How are you affording this? Like, shoot, even with insurance, I don't know anybody who can afford this. And then, two, I'm like, why are they parking on the wrong side of the building the 7th time around this week?
Man. Speaking of parking, and I'm going to have to put this on the list, too. Never having to search for a fucking parking space. Never, what?
The board.
Whatever. You still got to find somewhere to put it, or you got to carry it all the time.
Yeah, dude, I just stick it in the office with me. Or worst comes to worst, if I'm bartending, I stick it behind the bar.
But never having to look for either a parking space or a decent parking space. Like,
I hate when you find those assholes who are like partially taking up another, so then you just can't use that parking spot.
yes.
Like,
Oh,
unless you're on a bike.
I had that a few weeks ago in my own fucking apartment building. Like, asshole is legit way too fucking close to, like, if he would have just stayed in the fucking lines, because the parking space is already big enough. Like, they didn't do the lines right. Yeah. So this fucking asshole in just a regular car, it's like a fucking Ford Fusion or some shit like that, just taking up a little bit too much damn space, and I couldn't get in. And I know it's a convenience thing. I could have just walked, but the fact that it is 3 a.m.
Also, you're living there. You pay for a parking space. Like, you should have that.
And this is someone who doesn't fucking live there. And that's the thing, too. And I get people want to have their friends or whatever. Have them park on a different fucking side.
I mean, dude.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I talk about it, and yet I'm at Jake's fucking apartment, parked in the parking spot.
Now, granted, it's during the day when most of the people are at work. Like, honestly, there's more than enough parking spaces. But, dude, legit, there was one chick who was living in this apartment complex for 6 months, right? Mm-hmm. And you want to know what her side business was?
What's that side business?
She flipped cars. So she'd have like 12 of her own cars in the parking lot. Not enough parking spaces for people. Not enough parking spaces for friends of the people. Things like that. Like, during the day, there's rules where basically you can park your car in the parking lot because it's like they know not everybody's going to be here. But it's like on weekends or nights, your friends have to park on the side of the building just because of how it is.
I did used to park on the side when I first started coming here because I didn't want to run into somebody trying to get me fucking towed, or I'm taking somebody's parking spot or whatever. And that was when we used to hang out, like, later at night. We'd hang out.
But, like, during the day, the rules allow you to park in the parking lot.
Yeah. But now I'm just like, yeah. Like, if I need to move it, I can move it later on. Like,
the whole reason they got that rule set up that way is for when somebody has a late night guest. Since I'm going to be honest, most of the people living here are like 21 to 30. So somebody's getting action. Yeah. At least one or two are getting action.
Somebody's getting something. I wish I was.
Take Felix with you to the bar.
I mean, we've done that. Still didn't, like, got a girl's number, and then fucking Snapchat, whatever. Then just never heard from her again.
Dude, like, funniest instance. So one of my neighbors, Victor, he's an Indian guy, right? Like, he has that accent, that deep accent. I'm going out there with Felix and him down to freaking XY. And basically, there's this cute-ass goth girl, pale as hell, black hair. Like, she looks like Maven from Hotel Transylvania. Isn't that the movie?
I guess.
But flat out, he's talking to her, stuff like that, and he's a little shy and stuff. So I'm like, hey. So I show up with Felix, unzip the bag. Little cat pops his head out, happy as heck to see somebody and get scratches and all that. And basically, it gets to the point, I'm like, hey, so this is my buddy Victor, this is me. And I'm like, yeah, we're regulars here, all that. And get her number, and I ask, hey, is it okay if I give my friend Victor your number? He seems to think you're pretty chill. At that point,
Oh,
she's just
yeah, for
petting.
sure.
Yeah, no, she's just petting away on Felix, being like, "Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Like, I'd love to see you guys again." Like,
Just hypnotized by the cat.
yeah, no, dude. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Somebody brings a puppy out to a bar or a dog. Like, it's kind of expected. Somebody brings a cat out to the bar. How often do you see that?
Sure. Yeah, I want to say this, and I know it's gonna sound mean the way I say this,
I just said.
and this is to mostly white people because I don't see other people of color or anything like that doing this. Stop bringing your dogs into fucking grocery stores and other buildings. Leave them at home. I'm sorry. Like if you like leave them in the car, leave them at home. I'm sorry.
I'm like in the car in this heat, my dude.
Keep the car keep the car running.
Okay.
Or putting the windows down at this point. No, keep the car fucking running. Cause guess what? If you got a big ass dog, who the fuck is coming into your car and trying to steal it? No one. Keep the car running. Have AC up. Dog in the car. You got your cat bag, which I'm now calling it the cat bag.
No, dude, his cat bag, it's filtered. None of his hair's getting out. Like, it has the AC, the heating. So, like, even if I take him somewhere, his stuff's not getting all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, plus...
Can't do like these motherfuckers with these big ass dogs, and like most of the people who have these big ass dogs are these like little ass guys or little ass women who, if this dog decides to fucking go off, you're fucked. Like these people are gonna get fucking dragged. Like you can't control these fucking muscular ass dogs.
No. Like, mind you, dude, I've trained dogs, I've trained cats. I mean, shit, you've seen how he's trained. He's trained well enough to unlock the front door and also eat at the freaking table without actually sticking his paws on it.
You tell me that every time.
You've seen it. Like...
I think I have, yeah.
Yeah, no, like... But what I'm saying is, like, a lot of the times these people don't have their animals trained, and it puts a bad rep on, like, service animals and stuff. And that's why if I'm bringing Felix out, like, I will ask, hey, he's going to be in the bag. I'll only let him out while we're on the patio. He'll chill out there. He has AC. He has his tubes of food. He's not going to bother anybody. He just loves people. Grew up in a strip club. So...
All right. So going back to what we were talking about the whole dating thing. My number 5, and I know it's going to be fucked up, and I don't care how it comes out. My number 5 is impressing a woman / dating. I know that sounds fucked up.
No. I'm laughing because, like, it's not just impressing a woman. You ever tried to... Well, you haven't, but you trying to impress a guy? Like,
Don't want to do that either.
Yeah, no, I know you don't. You're straight.
Yes. Very. I am very... I know my sexuality. Not trying to get with a dude at all. I know I've said on this podcast, I'm like, would it be efficient to date a guy? Yes. But, sorry. I am team female all day. I am team vagina. But yeah, just trying, just the fact of trying to get a girl just to pay a fucking attention to you for one, and then try to show them that you're a good person, all this shit. When honestly, with a lot of females and a lot of women, they don't give a fuck how good you are. They don't give a fuck how good you look, anything like that. And it's sad because I feel like a lot of women will take, and it's going to be fucked up the way I say this, and even you're going to be like, damn. I feel like women will take a punch to the face from a dude who has a bunch of money, then take a fucking argument from a guy who is just average.
I mean, dude, it goes down to a deal. Like, you're looking for somebody to make up for what you lack, and I hate to say it, if you're in poverty and that person has the money.
Yeah. And it used to be, okay, our personalities match. We have a lot of stuff in common. We'll see where things go. Like, okay.
It used to be they weren't fucking around on the side while they were trying to get with one guy.
Okay,
like,
basic dating shit. It was, oh, hi, I'm like, my name is this. Her name is this. Like, the guy's name is this. The girl's name is this. Hey, want to take you out. You go out. Have a decent meal. Like you talked about this with the nephew. It is, you like the person, you want to get to know him more. And I know we're going to get into this in a second, but give me a sec. It's, you try to get to know him more. If you like each other, you go on another date where
He snores.
Fucking Felix is out, but
Dude, he snores. I can't help it.
Yeah, I heard that. If y'all can't hear it, but Felix, his cat, is fucking snoring his ass off. But like you go on your second date, it gets not intense, but you do something a little bit different. Like my first date is usually either we go out to eat, second date maybe a movie or something like that. Usually like I'll try to do like the first date of like dinner and a movie. I know I should start doing like coffee dates, stuff like that, which I tried to do with somebody and found out some shit. But like you kind of start off somewhat small, and then it gets a little bit more like gradually, because like you want to spend more time with this person, or it could just be like, you know, first date could be dinner, movie, second date fucking walk in the park or some shit like that, which I don't know a lot. But I guess in my experience, I don't know a lot of people who do fucking walks in the parks.
Botanica is a good choice.
I've only been there once, and that was for job purposes. But you do like you always do, like museum, fucking zoo, baby. Like it's always it was something to where it was like you spending time with that person. Now it feels like people are so like they have like that FOMO, or just like
FOMO,
fear of missing out.
Oh, okay.
But it's like that thing of like, this person is good, but could I find something better? Or could I find someone who will get me out of a certain situation? Or could I find somebody that kind of like matches something else? And I think that's bullshit, because it's like dating, it should be. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I'm just going to continue first. Finish up.
Good.
Okay. So, like, my grandfather gave me some good advice, and this was back when I was probably 13. Literally, I'm talking this cute girl, everything else, just be trying to kind of feel myself out. Figure, do I like women? Do I like men? Didn't tell the man that, of course, but, like, I'm just like, tell him, hey, so I bought these concert tickets, all that, da-da-da-da-da, and he's like, okay, gets the point. She dips out. She doesn't show up, doesn't do anything like that. Like, I had the tickets paid for, I was stuck waiting there. Still went in to watch the show. And by the time I get home, I'm upset. I'm angry. I managed to sell the other ticket to somebody who wanted to see it. Yeah. So I got lucky there. I didn't get all the money back, but screw it. My grandfather looked at me and he's like, Jake, look, 3 things you're going to have to learn in this life. There's certain people who you're going to date who are going to be opportunists. If something else pops up, they're going to go for it if they think it's better. Like, that's just how it goes. And the question is that somebody you want to be around who, when they think something better than you pops up, they're going to skip out?
Yeah,
like,
that's what dating feels like now. It's people, like, if they can't find someone around that time to where it benefits them more, I think that's kind of when they settle until they can find somebody that can do more for them, which is horrible. And as someone who's experienced that, it fucking sucks. Actually, I've experienced where, and it's gonna sound fucked up, I've experienced where a girl I was talking to, who I was a better match for them, but they chose someone who was garbage. And I know this sounds fucked up.
You're gonna need more details there, man.
So, when I first moved to Wichita, I was talking to this girl that I'd met on some dating app, whatever. But my first time moving to Wichita, we were already talking for like a few months, and we were actually going out. We went on dates. We'd see each other almost every day. We would talk, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, a few months later, she moves in some guy that she knew from, like, high school or whatever, that she had a crush on for, like, the longest time, and this and that, blah, blah, blah. But she didn't have, I guess, around that time when she was in high school, she had met her ex-husband, who she ended up having kids with and shit like that. But she moved this guy into a place after she told me she wanted to take things slow, and she didn't want to, like, she already had a roommate that, she wasn't doing shit, but she had a roommate and all this stuff, and she told me that she didn't want to move in with somebody that she was dating. Then she ended up moving in somebody that she was into, then told me that I had to be cool with the fact that she had a boyfriend. And this dude had no job, no car, no license. He smoked weed all the time, which she hated. He smoked cigarettes, which she hated. And this shit only lasted like 3 weeks because he got her knocked up. He was abusing her. Like, she had bruises and shit a lot. Like, he was beating up on her. And then she found out that before she moved him out here, he got his ex-girlfriend pregnant. Because his ex-girlfriend found her Facebook and then told her. And me, I'm fucking 25, I think. Yeah, I'm 25 at this time. Got a car that was it the greatest car? No, but it was paid off. Had my own place. Had this dude. No, matter of fact, going back to that, dude was still living with his mom. So she literally straight up moved out. She moved a guy out that was living with his mom. Had really nothing, and he couldn't work. So anything he had to do, he had to work under the table, which he wasn't even working when he moved here. And I was like, so you... And I've been getting this a lot recently, where it's like, you had me, someone who is doing their best. Am I at the point where I'm financially stable? No. Are there things about me that aren't the best qualities? Yes, but that's with everybody. But I'm not going to put my hands on you. I don't smoke. Well, I don't smoke weed like that. I don't really buy it. I'm an occasional smoker, but I don't
smoke to party. But that's it.
Yeah, not even that. It's just if I feel like it, because it's guys that I know right now who are just like, hey, you want to smoke? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I took a tour with fucking rappers who were like smoking the entire time, and it was like, oh, you don't want to smoke with us? I'm like, dude, I'm an occasional smoker. I smoke when I want to, and I just really don't feel like it. But it's qualities about me that, and I don't want to seem like I'm being braggadocious or arrogant or anything like that.
No, you just know your worth.
Yes, like I'm more. Like, I have values. I am worthy of more than the average to even some above average guys will fucking give you, because most of them are fucking pieces of shit. I have values, and it's in myself and in fucking life, and qualities that a lot of people don't have anymore. And it's because of the way I was raised, and also because of relationship traumas, where it's like, you know what, I never want to be in that situation again, and I want to change up. I got tired of the point, and I know a lot of guys do this, and we probably done this both when we were younger, is you lie to a girl to get with them. And I don't fucking do that anymore, and a lot of women see that as me being pretentious, or like it's me being straightforward. But a lot of women either see it as you being pretentious or you trying to be a certain way, and I'm not. Like, I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to steer you in the wrong direction. I'm being straight up honest with you. I had this conversation with some females last night where one of the girls, she was saying she's in a polyamorous relationship, but her guy's been going for a year, whatever. And she was talking to one guy. She told him that, you know, she told him straightforward, like, I like taking things slow. I'm not going to sleep with you, you know, really fast, whatever. I need to get to know you because I got past trauma. And this guy, after like a few weeks, like at a few dates, was like, hey, you want to come over to my place? And she was like, no. It was like, well, can I come to your place? And she was like, well, I would, but I don't want you to expect anything from me. And she was like, the only thing the dude had to say was, oh, we don't have to have sex. We can watch a movie. And they would have watched the movie, and she said she probably would have had sex with the dude. But it was the fact that it was the expectation there from him, and the fact also that basically dude told her that all he wanted her was for sex, and then he fucking left. That's the shit that I hate personally. It's be straight up and be straight up and straightforward with whoever you're with. If that doesn't fit, just be like, all right, cool, hang out with them. If shit changes later on, then it changes. Or if shit happens, then it fucking happens. Don't expect anything. And this goes for guys. This goes for this goes for women.
You're owed
everything.
Nothing.
You are owed nothing. Earlier, don't expect something when you're not owed anything. You are not entitled to dick, pussy, ass, whatever. No matter what the fuck it is, money, anything. Like you're not expect you cute. It is. This is getting this. This is what riles me up.
Grinds your gears.
You are not. Because it really does. It really does.
No,
rob
I
me
know,
of-
I know. I'm just trying to make you laugh first before you go into
Yeah.
it. Let's keep that blood pressure down.
Oh no, it's not a blood pressure thing.
Okay,
It's just the dumb thing to me where it's like everyone says they want a certain person.
Yeah.
And when that person, comes, it's either you don't know how to react to it, which I've been there before because I'm used to trash people being in my life, and then we finally get someone who is actually honest. Go.
Okay. We're reaching a point where, like, dude, I just gotta say, like, goes back to this deal. When you look at the averages of, like, what a man looks for when they're looking for a partner compared to what a woman looks for when they're looking for a partner, do you know how long the list for a guy usually is?
Like 3 things.
3 to 5. That's it. Are they polite? Are they somebody I can take home? Is it gonna be an equal deal? Are they nice? Like, are they smart? That's it. That's usually it.
Do they got a
Like-
fat OS?
Yeah, well, that too. But, like, what I'm saying is, if you find a woman who, she pretty, she ain't got a flat ass, she ain't got big tits, anything like that.
No,
but
she do got big
fits.
tits.
No, but if she fits all those other things, and basically she mentally intrigues you, all that question, do you think you're gonna go for that?
Yes.
See? Like, dude, you can go without certain things on your list. Whereas with a woman,
You got to
the
tick every
average
single
came
box.
out that basically it was at least 100 on average for what needed to be. Like, there was one woman who said basically he can't own dogs, but he has to like my dog.
Yeah,
And it's like,
it's a contradictory thing.
yeah, it's like, dude, come on.
Or it's like he can't have kids, but he can't say shit because I have kids, and also I don't want more kids, type of thing. And or he can't want his own kids, type of thing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fucked up. It's a contradictory thing where it's like it's a thing of like when women say that men have the power, we really don't. Because guess what?
Not anymore.
Like we really don't, and like the women have the power because the power, and I know it's gonna sound fucked the way I say it. The power is between your legs. Because guess what? What guys have to do guys have power to try to get pussy. We like think about it. Think of all the shit a man does to try to get pussy. You could be a fucking billionaire. You spend money and you try to get all that power to impress a woman to get pussy,
I mean,
whether legally or illegally.
remember who you're talking to, man.
Yeah.
I'm Ace, so I don't have that problem.
Okay. The average straight male.
Yeah, the average straight man has that issue. But here's what I'm saying. Like, when it comes down to it, like, the dating game's fucked. It's skewed to all hell. Like, it used to be, we didn't have Facebook and we didn't have Instagram, where basically our partner was worried about
Hell,
us liking another girl's fucking
let's
photo.
put it like this: we didn't have a cell phone that had all the shit we do. It was a phone that was a brick. You could play like a game, which was the most archaic shit ever, and you could just call. You had to actually call people. This wasn't even texting yet; it was calling.
You had text, but, like, you had
No, certain
only...
like I'm talking about like when phones like first came out.
All right. I'm talking about, like, flip phones where you had text, but you had to click the button fucking 3 or 4 times
Yeah.
to type out a single freaking letter. Nobody, like, seriously, dude, we're going to be the weirdest old generation because we're going to be looking at the kids being like, back when I was your age, our phones only had, like, 12 buttons, and we had to wait for Netflix in the mail. And
No, we still had Blockbuster.
yeah, no, but dude, like, also,
Dude, okay, go.
all things had to be wired. There was no such thing as Bluetooth or
I mean,
Wi-Fi.
We did
Like,
have Bluetooth.
no, but I'm talking about, like, when we were young.
Oh yeah.
Like, that shit, we're probably one of the few generations that will ever remember this.
True, yeah, because we're that middle era. Because I still had VCR, still had the big back big screen TV, the stereo with a fucking tape, like a cassette tape on it.
We were the last generation to experience analog in any
Yeah.
form.
And we actually talked about that too. Of like, we were analog going into a digital age, and no one knew what the hell they were doing. But somehow we somewhat figured it out. But now the generation that's below us, above us, below us, whatever, the Gen Z, whatever the fuck it is, they are
Gen Z, and now we have the Zoomers after Gen Z, if
Whatever.
I'm correct.
But the generation or generations below us, they are nothing but digital. They will never know what it is to do like anything analog. Like I talked about this. We talked about this last week. Doing mental math or just doing math without a calculator. No one after our era, after our generation, will ever know what the fuck that feels like, ever.
Math teachers being like, "You'll never have you won't have a calculator with you always." What?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah. Literally, teachers telling us you'll never have a calculator on you at all times. Now there is legit an app that is pre-installed on your phone, no matter what.
You have it on your phone, your computer,
Yeah.
a freaking tablet. It's on every single thing. Like the
Yes.
amount of times I'm running my business, trying to do up the math to see how much I have to pay out him, them.
Yeah, it's just boom.
No, it's all there. And the best thing is, shoot, it has memory. You remember when calculator did not have memory? Those little
Yeah.
tiny square ass ones?
Oh yeah,
where you had to keep all the notes basically put down. You couldn't go back.
nope.
Like, and if you screwed up once, you had to re-enter everything.
Unless you had a fucking like a decent Texas Instrument, and I can't remember the exact one it was that actually had the memory onto it. You were fucked.
No,
Like the most basic Texas Instrument, like just the black one that was just regular shit. It had no memory. But like the more expensive ones, they had the memory. Or like I think it was like the $30-$40 ones, which I still see. I'm surprised they still make those calculators. But I know they have to because in schools they don't want you on your phones.
yeah. No, but it's like we have access to everything that we could possibly need. Like, seriously, it's just insane, man. But back to the dating game, like, honestly, it's just fucked all around. Like, back then, there wasn't, honestly, with the way my grandmother was talking about, she's like, there wasn't this level of jealousy you see nowadays.
True.
Because it's like, Grandma didn't have to worry about Grandpa going on Instagram and talking to 3 different girls on Snapchat
Yeah.
where it automatically erased. And, like, she was having that talk with my niece, of all people, who she just hit 17.
Man.
And basically, she's like, that's the difference between my husband and the men you be chasing around nowadays. She's like, my husband didn't have those options to go around.
No. It was I'm going to get cigarettes or get milk and then never coming back. That was what you had to worry about. Or if they did have like a mistress, you really didn't know about it until like
Years
later.
later.
Yeah.
Like, at least after a pregnancy that didn't get aborted. Like,
Yeah. All right. Do you have anything else on your list?
Honestly, the shave in my head kind of goes back to the human maintenance.
So my number 6, and I feel like you can relate to this. I think anybody can relate to this. Going to an interview. I never want to have to do that shit ever again. Because, and I kind of feel like I should put that with the trying to impress someone thing. But I put,
No, it's a completely different thing there.
I mean, it's you having to be fake somewhat because it's you having to show up somewhere, again, wasting your fucking time because you're either getting the job or they're wasting your time and just be like, oh, thank you for coming in. Sorry you didn't get the shit. And it's like, well, why didn't you just tell me that while I was there?
I mean, dude, I've been kind of lucky with my shit. Like, I've told you how I've gotten the last 4 jobs I've had, right?
Yeah.
It's always been through recommendation. Like, for my bartending gig, mind you, I've worked the same day job for 4 years. And anytime I've gotten a job after that, or before that, it was always through a recommendation. Like, bartending, somebody would be working at the bar who'd been working there for a bit. Or it'd be a past manager who was a partial owner at another establishment. And they'd be like, hey, do you want to come in and work at this location? And I'm like, okay.
Oh, that's a little bit.
No, I know. Like, what I'm saying is, I get where you're coming from because, dude, I had to fill out a W-2 for the first time in 3 years. And I'm like, how do I fill this out?
Say, but no, like, like having to go to a fucking like DJing a little bit different. It's you can show somebody what you do. You make them a mix or a set, whatever like that. Or again, if somebody recommends you, which I've been somewhat getting that more.
Yeah.
But usually it's you email somebody a set, like a mix that you've done, which I had to do that recently, which pissed me off. I had to email a set to the fucking Wichita Arena football team, and because of one song that is an EDM song. Now, before I get into that, they told me, "Hey, can you do like a mix with like some hyped up songs that'll fit, for football, whatever." And I did some rap songs, I did rock, I did one EDM song, and then went back to like rap and stuff and like some R&B. That was like hyped stuff. And the one thing they had a problem with was this one EDM song that fit. It was a hyped up song, and they had a problem with it. They was like, "Oh, the owner doesn't like EDM." And I was like, "Well, y'all don't know fucking music." But then they hit me with the whole, "Oh, we have a lineup of other DJs that are better qualified. Good luck with your DJ business." I was just like, first of all, fuck you, because I fit the criteria of what you're looking for. You just could have told me, "Hey, we like the mix. We just didn't like this one song."
Kentucky Derby all over again?
No, the Kentucky Derby was different because that shit was just, they didn't need me. Like that's the thing. Like, and the fact that one, I wasn't supposed to do that shit anyway because it was our like, not my. He's like basically now like the assistant manager. I'm calling him now. Like he's like it was the fucking assistant manager's fucking thing, but he went out of town and gave it to me without even fucking asking me.
Oh.
And I went and did the shit, but they didn't need me. And the fact that I already had another event that was personally I had to do, so I'm doing two things at once, and also trying to keep my fucking job that pay well. They pay me. It's not as much as I want it to be, but they pay me. But yeah, that fucking Kentucky Derby event was bullshit. But no, like the thing of having to show people that you are capable of doing it. I mean, like going into interviews or even doing the shit I do now. I have experience for a lot of things. I have fucking years of I have forklift operation experience. I still have my shit. I've been forklift certified since 21, legit. Probably even before then. I got warehouse, retail, bunch of other shit, like customer service, you name it. I have that stuff on my resume. For somebody to say that I don't qualify or anything like that, like it's bullshit. I overqualify for a lot of things. Even for DJing and stuff. Like I think that's the only thing where I'm just qualified. I'm not underqualified for stuff. I'm just qualified. But somebody's probably just like, "Oh, well, you just don't have it." I'm like, I can find this music. I can find whatever you're trying to look for. But good.
All I'm gonna say is, man, the amount of times where people tell you you don't qualify for a job, like a promotion, anything like that. Yeah. Now, here's my question: we've all worked in a corporate setting, right? Mm-hmm. Whether it be retail or anything of that nature. Basically, the amount of times where you or somebody who's been working in your position gets passed over for somebody else being brought in who does not know how to do the job. Like, dude, I've told you the story about the bitch from produce back when I was working at Dillon's, right? Yeah. The bitch washed vegetables in sanitizer water, right? Yeah. And I'm looking at her like, "Mo, what are you doing?" And she's just looking at me like, I'm cleaning the vegetables. And I'm like, you do realize you're poisoning people, right? Like, I swear to God, that's something I never thought I would have to have with a grown adult. Like,
dude, okay.
But I'm just saying, people who don't know how to work a certain area. Question: are you going to trust a manager who doesn't know how to work a cashier setting?
No.
No. Are you going to trust somebody who doesn't know how to book a basic reservation if you're working for a reservation system?
No.
Are you going to trust a bartender who doesn't know how to make liquid marijuana?
No.
And are you... But what I'm saying, those are some basic stuff. Like, and are you going to trust a DJ who doesn't know how to get the sound to where it's balanced?
Exactly.
Like...
Or like, "Hey, we do this type of music. Like, can you do that?" And they say, "Yeah." And then when you get there, they are not playing the fucking music that you asked them to. And I've seen that firsthand with a lot of DJs who they think they're hot shit and just play what the fuck they want, and then they get fucking fired. Or in this one case that's happened, they get fucking paid a bunch of money because they were the host DJ, where someone like me who could be like, "Hey, I can do what you're asking for," and you're getting paid like barely shit. That's the thing that sucks. See what else do I got on my list?
I got one left.
What's yours?
Dealing with the government.
And nobody wants to deal with the government.
No, nobody does. Like, seriously, Uncle Sam keeps coming up with his unlubed shit, and basically he's like, hey, so I'm taking about 20% of your income. Dude, do you know how much it was when our founding fathers basically went to fight the Brits when it came down to taxes?
It's like $1.
No.
Oh.
0.02, if I'm correct.
Now it's like what?
2 freaking percent.
Yeah, now it's like 6.68.
I think we're at 16.
Shit.
16 to 20, if I'm right. I mean, between all the different taxes.
Oh, no, he's got to plug it. That's the wrong end. Oh, my bad. My computer's dying. We've been talking too much. One second, everybody. No, it's right there. Right there. Alright, there we go. So the thing doesn't die on us.
No, but like, dude, seriously, that amount of tax was what it came down to. Like, you ask, what is the thing that Abraham Lincoln, JFK, and Andrew Jackson all had in common?
Slave labor.
No, JFK avoided that.
Oh.
And Abraham tried to kill it.
Tried to. Even though he had slaves himself.
Yeah. But did he? Abraham Lincoln?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Shit, I didn't know that. But shit, that changes a few perspectives on things. Grant, he did do it for a statement rather than like because he thought it was right. Okay. But like they all hated the bank. Every last one of them hated the bank and thought a centralized bank would be the worst thing in the world and enslave the people. Like you talked about
doing.
Yeah, no, you talk about the Federal Reserve. You think it's a federal deal, right?
Yeah.
No, it's a privatized company. Like, seriously, between all this, like, shoot, if somebody could dismantle the IRS, I personally,
nice.
Yeah, I think we'd all be a little happier. Like, if there was a set amount, this is it. And, like, across the board for everyone, millionaires, all that, everybody pays their little percentage. I think we'd be doing well. But tax breaks, write-offs, bailouts, like that, it's just kind of ruining stuff.
Yeah, it is. So my next one after going to interview is traveling. As someone who has to travel a lot for gigs, weddings, just general shit, I wish it was just a easier way to fucking travel instead of having to drive, have to take a train. I'm never taking a train ever fucking again. Like never. Unless there's like a bullet train like they have in fucking Japan, where that shit is fast as fuck, efficient. I am never taking a like fucking metro train ever again.
Oh.
I took that once. I took that a few times, like back and forth to Chicago. Never. As a matter of fact, I've taken the train to fucking Kansas City before, and I'm never doing that shit again. Planes, I don't really have a problem with. It's just the fact of how much shit you got to deal with going to the airport, because you got to get there 2 hours ahead of time, check a bag, and then got to go through all the security stuff, which I get why they do security stuff, but I just want to be able. Go ahead.
Finish up first, and I will get on it. I promise. Just finish up.
But it's just the fact of like I want to be able to get there, like park, check my bag, or do whatever I got to do. Make sure also when I get off the plane, make sure my bag is intact. You fucking airline people, make sure my bag is fucking intact. Not want to go get it and the fucking the bag is broken to where I gotta fucking carry it everywhere and not just roll it because you broke the handle. But I just want to be able to just wherever I need to go. Like tonight, I got a DJ. This is easy because I can get there early or whatever. But yes, I want to be able to just click my fingers or close my eyes, like imagine where I'm going and just be there, like some Looper shit or whatever, or like Nightcrawler, something like that. To where if I can picture where I'm going or I know where I'm going, just be like boom, poof, and I'm there. Or if I could teleport, if I could fly, if I could do, and I mean like some mutant shit, not just like not taking a plane, but like either having wings or doing like fucking what's the game that I always forget and actually have not Infamous. What's the other one? Prototype. If I could do like how like Prototype and just like be able to fucking like put my hands out and just fucking fly, or like on some Superman shit, that'd be so much better. It'd be so easier. It'd be less baggage I had to take. I just want that.
No, I get that, man. But okay, back to what you were saying about the TSA and all that, like all the security measures they do at the airport. Dude, fun fact, that's all security theater. Like legit, it's not actual security.
No.
Like,
well, TSA, there's some assholes.
No, fully. Like, shoot, but dude, legit, it's.
They're worse than rent-a-cops. Like they're rent-a-cops. They just want to fuck with you so that way you can't get on the plane, and that shit that annoys me. And also because most of the time it's people that look like me. It's either a white person or it's fucking black women, and they just fuck with you. And I'm just like, why are you doing this?
I mean, dude, you and me got a different experience, but
yes.
The answer's obvious.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, like I haven't had a bad experience yet. I think the only thing with flying is like I don't ever upgrade my seat, or like I'm always like B 30, some shit like that. Mm-hmm. I'm never like A class shit. I'm always like in the B. I'm always like in the late Bs, which always annoys me because it's worse than just getting on the fucking plane last, because the fucking A, like group A, they damn near take up the entire plane anyway, and then when you get to fucking like the late B part, like it's barely seats 2.
I mean, dude, that's one reason I stick with my day job. The travel benefits. Like, I get upgraded hotel rooms, discounted airfare, all that. That's the whole reason I keep my day job. Because, like, that and the insurance.
Yeah.
The fact that I'm able to basically go on a flight, get an instant upgrade, go through that, and, like, shoot, man, seriously, there was a moment I was flying first class down to Florida, and, like, I was spending minimal money. I was spending employee rate. I'm just happy as hell because I'm like, because that's one issue I never have to deal with again.
Yeah. Also with the traveling thing, being stuck in traffic, I never want to deal with that shit ever again, because usually it's somebody getting into an accident, or people just don't know how to fucking drive and get through certain places, or like I've been seeing recently, construction. I don't understand what the fuck that y'all fixing on when like if the street has like a crack or whatever in it. Just hurry up and fix the fucking crack. But when they're trying to do maintenance on the entire fucking side of the street, and it takes them like a year to do it, something's wrong with that.
How long have they been working on Kellogg? 15 years? 20?
I think it was more. I think it said like 30.
30?
I think I saw something that was like 30.
Jesus. No, but dude, it's like when they actually pay these people out, it's like, oh, we expect you to get it all done in this period, but then like they'll wait till the very last year.
Well, it's not even that. Everything. It's the fact that the people that work in construction, they don't have like a due date of like when to fix the shit. No? It's just, I mean, they're so fucking union, and like they can basically just work whatever the fuck they want to. It's not like, hey, we need this shit done in like a month or 2 months or whatever. Get on this shit. Like, look at certain streets, how the shit. You'll just see like the equipment out. You never see the actual like workers most of the time. You never really see them out there. Like it's construction going down fucking North Rock where I live at.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They got cones and shit everywhere being like, oh, there's a detour. We're gonna be working on this Monday. I have not seen one worker. Now, granted, yes, I do wake up late. They could be doing this shit at fucking like 8, 9.
They probably are with how fucking hot it is.
I mean, if they're doing shit at fucking 8, 9 o'clock in the morning and then being done at fucking noon, that's a job I wish I could have. But because I'm pretty sure they get paid like decent amount of money.
Oh, yeah.
I know.
No,
but
I was talking to Colby for a while. He asked me if I knew how to do concrete.
I saw him last night, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How's he been?
He's been doing all right.
We talked about big, bald biker.
Yes. He was at the port last night. Me and Mark were DJing, and I came in. He was like, "Better late than never, huh?" And I was like, "This mother." I thought you were a Southsider. He was like, "I'm everywhere."
Nah, Cole's good people. I mean, he gets hooked up on the wrong chick, but I love him to death.
I mean, I'm in the same
we
boat.
all well. Yeah, I did for a while there.
Yeah, him and the other Jacob.
Nah, dude, I feel real bad for Tay. Fuck. We ain't gonna talk about that.
We will talk about that.
No, we ain't gonna talk about that. That's his personal deal.
Off the, I'm saying we're gonna talk about that off the pod because there's some updates to that shit. Let me see what else I got. I already talked about. After traveling, getting sick or injured, and I do put throwing up in that too. I hate the feeling of getting sick. I've never broken a I've never broken a bone, but I still don't ever want to do that either because that's just time off that no one wants. I mean, you hurt yourself. I don't know if you broke a bone or whatever.
No, 2 hairline fractures, a bruised hip bone, and a bashed knee. My knee actually got a bit off kilter. Is it plugged in?
It's saying it's not, even though it is. No, I don't know what's up with this thing. Because it's plugged in. Yeah. Sorry, everybody having computer issues for some reason. It's all the way in. I don't know why it's doing that. Is it just that outlet? We've got like a couple more topics too, and it's like the fuck. What the hell? Cause it's in. Cause it's in there.
There's an exclamation mark with it.
Yeah.
Maybe screen sensitive.
No, because it's not even showing on the side to say it's showing like it's plugged in. This is weird. I don't know what's going on, but I got a few more topics and we'll end this shit. Where am I at?
Anything?
Yeah, we good now.
Okay.
Because it's orange on the side. All right. So maybe it's just that top one that's messed up. I don't know. But yeah, getting sick or injured, like getting sick regardless, it always makes you feel like shit. I know it's a human thing, but if I never had to get fucking sick again, that's money. That's money that I would have to waste on fucking medicine and shit like that.
Goes back to the human maintenance, my man.
Yeah.
Seriously, if you could avoid human maintenance, I hate to say it like that, if you didn't have to take care of your meat mech for your fucking brain noggin, you'd be good as hell.
Let me see what else. After getting sick or injured, this is a very big one to me. Having to argue or fight with idiots.
I mean, that kind of goes back to being polite.
Yeah, true.
Dude, the amount of time...
not even being nice. It's just like, dude, just shut. Like, people who think they're always right or just have a fucking opinion, which the fact that I have a podcast and I'm saying my opinion on this thing. But I never do this shit in public. This is like, I don't want to say this. This is my safe space, which is not a safe space.
It's not your safe space. It's your honest place.
Yes, it's my honest place. Because, it's not a safe space. People hear this shit. If somebody comes to me and say I'm fucking wrong about something, they'll be like, hey, that's on you. I don't give a fuck what you think I say. It's my fucking opinion. But and I always make sure like I said, the one rule on this thing is if I say something that's outlandish or extreme or something like that, I always elaborate and explain it.
I mean, that's why I was telling you to elaborate earlier on the freaking
exactly
thing. Shoot.
With people, especially fucking people who think they know everything, but they're just fucking idiots who just listening to whatever that's on TV, on the internet, or whatever like that. They just want to argue, plead their fucking case, and they don't want to hear anybody else's opinion. They think they're fucking right. And also just trying to fight, actually physical fight somebody. I really don't want to.
That was the thing that I experienced when I came down to Kansas. Especially working downtown as a bouncer. The amount of times where I'd have a guy come up and be like, you want to go? You want to go? You want to go? And I'm like, dude.
I was like, dude. I haven't fought in a while. I haven't fought since fucking high school. But you're drunk, and I know I have a decent % chance of knock you on this fucking floor. Do I want to? Do I want to get banned from this bar? Do I want to have fucking security coming over here? No. But things are gonna go two ways. Either I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you, or two, I'm pulling this fucking knife out and I'm going to scare you that way.
No, like, dude, the amount of times where back when I was working security and shit, basically, I'd have a guy be like, nah, you want to fight? And I'm like, dude, I was a boxer back in New York. I got some military training. I'm not saying, like, I'm Billy Badass. Yeah, you can knock my ass out. But, fuck, I got him, and him watching my back. Like, and if they see me go down, I've seen them tackle people before. Trust me, you don't want to be on the other end of that. Because then it's 4-on-1 rather than 1-on-1. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want that.
And, like... Unless it's like a actual true self-defense thing where I have to fight somebody, I don't want to fight somebody. Like I don't want to like unless my life is actually like being like somebody's like trying to do harm to me, shit like that, and I have to fight. Yes, I will fight somebody, but just to fight some idiot who's drunk or just being an asshole for no reason or just doesn't like me, which I'm going to tie this in. I'm going to tie this in to my last one because I think I said the one about shopping for clothes. Go with my last one that I wish I never had to deal with again. Dealing with fucking racism. Because being here, deal with that shit a lot. And those are the people that want to fight you because I look different and I'm not from here and all this other bullshit. So if I could not have to deal with that ever again, it'd be so much better. But guess what? It's just never going to fucking happen.
You want a funny-ass fight story, my man?
Let's go.
Okay, so flat out, it's my first night working down at one of the clubs, right? Mm-hmm. And what happens is, I'm like, okay, I'm a little on edge. It's the third club I've worked at as security. I'm a little on edge, never been here, don't know how this works. I've been here like once on my off time to see how this stuff is. Had the interview with the head of security and all that.
Head nigga in charge.
No, literally. Nah, dude, he is a awesome motherfucker. I love him more than anything else. Like, I love him like a brother. Like, but flat out, first night there, I'm on the clock. I'm just keeping an eye out, everything else, and I see dude who's probably about 5 feet tall, right? Yeah. Older guy, and this dude who's probably 6 foot tall white guy coming up, giving him shit, everything else, and it's an older black gentleman who's basically just like finally tired of the shit. Decks him. Now, my ass, you know I got the hearing issue, like when it comes down to it. I go up to them both, push one over, push the other back. I'm sticking my hands out, just getting between them like I don't give a shit, don't do anything. I'm looking at the old man, and I'm just signing, hey, you need to stop, and I'm saying it as I'm doing it. The old man's like, whoa, they got deaf people working here now? And then the other dude, he's looking at me like... He's thinking about, like, what do I do? And I'm like, okay, look, dude, we're done. Like, I'm signing all this to him as I'm saying it, and I'm thinking it's confusing the hell out of him. Gets to the point, finally, we get him to the other end of the bar because I know he's the guy who started. The 6 foot tall white dude, I know for a fact he's the guy who started it. And my bar had a rule. Anyone who's in a fight, doesn't matter if you started it, finished it, anything like that, you're both kicked out. Gets to the point... We get the other dude away, the white dude, and dude's last freaking words cracked me up more than anything else. Tell that bitch he hits like a vegetarian. Like, what does that even mean? Like, so then I'm going back up to the other guy, find out he's the head of security's uncle, and he's looking at me directly. He's like, look, I stopped immediately when I saw you coming up and talking while you were signing, because he's like, you deaf, I don't know what the hell's going on here. Like it's just a funny reaction when you have that type of deal happen, you know? Like, deaf dude walking up being like, signing, you both need to stop. Yeah. Because, like, you're drunk, you have to process it.
True. But, yeah. I'm kind of combining those two, but then I'm about to show my nerd a little bit with this Yu-Gi-Oh phrase. I'm about to defuse it. Because I deal with a lot of fucking racism for no reason. And I get it from all sides. I get it from my own people. I get it from white people. I get it from Mexicans or whatever. It fucking sucks. I get it from my own people because they think I'm not black enough because I don't listen to certain shit, and I think that's fucking stupid. Or I don't dress the certain because I don't listen to a lot of the fucking rap. I don't like DaBaby. I don't like Kevin Gates. I don't like Cardi B. I don't like Megan Thee Stallion. I don't like any of these new fucking like R&B singers. I like Anderson .Paak. I like Bruno Mars. I like Tyler, the Creator, who I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Every time he gets a fucking Grammy. Look at the people who get fucking Grammys. They actually have fucking talent. It's not fucking Kevin Gates. It's not... Sure, I'll take one. We're drinking Mountain Dew. Don't judge us. I I told this to my dad a couple of days ago, and you're gonna laugh when I say this. Certain people, if you're still listening to this with this almost 3-hour podcast, probably it's like two. It's like two. I told my dad this a couple of days ago. I was like, I am teetering with my black card. Like, I am. It's always on. It's always teetering. I get like a few notches above, and then something that I like or that I say, it always brings it back down just a bit to where it never fully goes to the point where it can get revoked, but it's always fucking there because. Like I said, I don't like a lot of modern rap because a lot of these guys are garbage. I don't like the styles that they do, and I know they're trying to do the whole what am I trying to say here? The unisex thing, like Young Thug fucking wearing dresses and skirts or whatever like that. Cool. Do you, if you are gay or whatever the fuck, or you just feel like that's what you want to do, non-binary,
trans,
gay,
whatever you are.
If you feel like that's what you're into, cool. And we said this on the last episode that we did together. If that's what you about, cool. I'm just not. Don't pressure me into doing this shit because that's when you're gonna lose me. And with this, it's not a they lost me thing, or it's you never had me. Because your music is fucking garbage. It is garbage. You might be a good person. Maybe, I don't know. But to me, you're fucking garbage. And then adding other shit to try to make yourself look good or doing all this extra shit, you look crazy. Cardi B, I don't like because she's a fucking... she is the most basic of basic bitches I've ever met in my life. And she's a role model.
Didn't she have a song literally Build a Bitch?
No, that's Bella... I would look it up later. Okay. Her name's Bella something. She's like a TikTok chick who I'm actually surprised. I give her a little bit of credit because she has trauma. So I'll give her the benefit of the doubt, and I'll tell you about that shit later. But no, Cardi B, she is like the role model to all these fucking basic bitches, and I hate the fact that I don't cook, I don't clean. But let me tell you, I got this ring. I'm just like no. I'm like, whatever. I'm like, you because you suck dick, and then the fact. Actually, I'm gonna say this right now, and I don't. And if anybody who's listening to this or is going to listen to this or whatever, doesn't like what I'm about to say, I don't give a fuck. This is my opinion. You have your opinion on anybody. You might hate the people that I like, and because my shit fucking varies. The fact that your role model is someone who is still in a fucking toxic relationship with a person who cheated on her while she was pregnant. Then she got him beat up and then got back with him. But then when she found out that he was messing around and shit like that, she tried to save face and was like, I just wanted some dick. And then got back with him after he did this fake ass, this weak ass apology, and then I think also got him beat up or something too. I'm not entirely sure. Then got back with him and got pregnant again by the same dude, and you still with him. What the fuck is wrong? No, that is not healthy. That is not healthy at all. Why would you get with somebody that you said, oh, I just wanted some dick, but then you got pregnant by this idiot? You could have got rid of it, but instead you kept going with this dude. Y'all had not a huge fight, but I got into a fight to where you was like, oh, I want to stay in New York, but he wants to live in Atlanta. So our meeting in the middle is we would visit Atlanta here and there. I'm just like, no, that's not fucking compromising. No. It's, you know what? Meeting somewhere in the middle is okay. Where can we live to where it's not too far from New York, but it's not too far from Atlanta? Or, hey, what's better for our fucking kid to live at? Because we got to take care of this fucking asshole, and I don't want to live somewhere. I don't give a fuck. We got to take care of, I say this for just kids. Anyway. I'm just saying this as kids in general. No, I get you. But we got to take care of this little asshole, and I want to be somewhere where they're safe and there's a decent school system. Yes, yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I got to fucking tell them.
But no. It is the whole thing. How is this a role model? How is she a role model? How is Megan Thee Stallion a role model? I had someone. I'm sorry. I know
Okay.
you want to talk.
No, I know.
But I had someone. I had a friend. Oh, I had this friend of this girl I was talking to, who tried to use it. This was her like fucking coup de grace to this fucking argument. It was, oh well, Megan Thee Stallion. She went to college. That's it. That's your that's your laser targeted defense.
Dude,
is
college
she
is
went
just
to
adult babysitting, like legit.
I was like, all right, cool. She went to college. Did she graduate? Was she a fucking valedictorian? Was she a salutatorian? Was she top of her class? What did she go for? I'm like, fucking 2 Chainz went to college, had a 4.0 average. This motherfucker has a TV show about the most expensivest shit in the world, and be fucking smoking weed. This dude was on CNN having an argument with people and making valid fucking points. You don't see this shit with fucking Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. You saw that it was the one clip with fucking Cardi B being like, "Oh, I'm voting for fucking what's his fucking name? He wasn't. He's the old guy. He's not Republican. Yes, she was voting for Bernie and doing all this shit. I was like, yeah, that's cool. That don't mean shit. It was a bunch of people that fucking voted for Bernie. He didn't even fucking make it.
POC fucked him over.
Yeah, like he didn't fucking make it. So I'm just like, just because they're a public figure, doesn't mean they're fucking smart. It doesn't mean they're a fucking role model.
Anne Hathaway probably did best, dude. Have you ever seen that one Ellen deal with her, where she's on Ellen?
No, and also I don't like Anne Hathaway either.
Nah, but dude, hear me out here. So there's this moment where she gets oranges out to everybody on the freaking stage, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody in the audience, and she's basically telling them, "Okay, stick it in your mouth." And then she's like, "So you hum and you yell and you do that all with it. It's a stress relief thing, right?" And she's like, she'll have the entire freaking audience, Ellen, all of them freaking doing it. And then she's like, "Doesn't everybody feel better? Doesn't it feel great?" And then she's like, "Well, that's impossible because I made it up." Mm-hmm. Like, immediately, and Ellen's eyes just go wide, the entire audience. She's like, this is why, basically, if a celebrity tells you to put something in your mouth, don't do it. Yeah. Like...
Yeah, look at all the shit with fucking Goop with the fucking Gwyneth Paltrow. She's lying to you bitches. She is a higher level version of Cardi B to me, because she is a rich white woman who dated fucking Chris Martin, and just like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make some expensive ass shit. Go ahead. I'm gonna make some expensive ass shit for you rich women who have nothing else to do, or all you other fucking basic bitches who think you have the money to do a lot of things. Make you buy this shit that does nothing, or a candle that fucking smells like my vagina, or some egg to put up your fucking vagina that's going to give you some type of fucking yeast infection or urinary tract infection. And I'm just going to make a fucking grip off of it, and you're still going to fucking buy it because you want to have my lifestyle. That is the biggest thing. And I know I just went off on a whole entire tangent of what I was talking about, but then it just gave me a whole entire new thing of people using like actors and actresses or people or like public figures or whatever like that, or like all these different fucking celebrities, and trying to use them as role models to be on this higher standard. And I'm just like, if you're gonna have a role model as a celebrity, pick someone who's actually good. Don't pick a fucking New York stripper who was drugging guys and then got into a fucking relationship with some dude from Atlanta who didn't give a fuck about her. Is she in a better relationship now? Maybe. I don't know. But my whole thing is, why would you be with someone who was going to cheat with you, who was cheating on you with a bunch of women? Just like the whole shit with Future. This motherfucker has like 8 or 9 different fucking baby mamas. Doesn't want to...
Shit. No, yeah. I remember you telling me about this.
Dude doesn't want anything to do with these fucking kids. But yet, every fucking chick wants
Wasn't
to
a statement like, in Africa? Like,
no, that was Nick Cannon.
That was Nick Cannon?
Which, okay. Nick Cannon's fucking wildin'. Somebody needs to fucking get his shit snipped. But no. Future... This motherfucker keep getting women like basic fucking women pregnant. This ain't fucking celebrity women, aside from Sierra. which I think they only got one kid, but he getting these fucking run of the mill women pregnant, and then not giving a fuck to be around, and then it got to the point where it's like it's guys who are like, oh, I want to be like him. So you want to be garbage, basically. You want to be garbage, and the fact that women look at this guy too as like, oh, I want to have sex with him or have his kid. I'm like, you're not gonna get any money from him. There are literally women who are trying to sue him for money, and I'm pretty sure that he's not even going to the fucking court cases. I was like, why do you want to be like these trash? It's people that want to be like fucking Kim Kardashian and shit like this. I was like, you will never be these people, and even if you were, you are garbage. You want to be
legit, dude. For celebrity idols, like, I'll admit, I'm a little guilty of it myself, but like my celebrity idol, I got 3. Freaking Dolly Parton, hands down. Like, don't get me wrong, I am a punk motherfucker. I don't like country, but like, hands down, you ask a punk guy how we feel about Dolly Parton, we love her. Yeah. Hands down, like, no joke. Her charity work, dude, she's one of a few stars who basically stop herself from becoming a billionaire because she keeps donating too much money. Yeah. Like the other, Keanu Reeves runs a cancer charity that he in no way wants his name attached to, anything like that. And Tom Hiddleston, but that's strictly for the deaf community, like, literally.
So my one role model, and I know I have 2, but I'm gonna stick with the one because my second one, my second one is Jeff Hardy, which is a wrestler. But he's been going through shit recently, and it's been pissing me off because this man, if anybody pays attention to wrestling news or anything like that, this is, I think, his 3rd or 4th time having a fucking DUI. And yes, he's had trouble with drugs and drinking, and also getting behind the wheel while intoxicated. And this time, he almost could have done some damage. And also the fact that, like, he's been clean for a while. He's in a whole different like place, but this is it's a string of fuck ups, and I'm kind of getting tired of it. And I still care about the guy. I have shirts. He was one of my role models to the point for when I was in college, where we had to do like a thing with like someone that you look up to or shit like that. I did an entire fucking PowerPoint on him and his life and shit that he's going through and why I see him as a role model. And I still stick with that, but now I'm getting to the point where I'm just like, it's been so many times where I'm like, he needs help, he needs this and stuff, and he gets the help, he does what he needs to do for a while, and then out of nowhere he does this dumb shit, and I'm just like, fuck, I can't do this anymore. And I hope he stays clean. I hope he does the thing that he needs to do, and I don't want to see him fucking dead, because somebody that my 3rd person who I was a role model with this when I was younger, and I can't actually say he's my role model in person to a lot of people because it's like of what he did. It's Chris Benoit, and if anybody knows Chris Benoit, and you probably don't, again, another Canadian wrestler. This dude was so like family oriented and stuff like that, but he took so much steroids and he had so much fucking brain damage. He killed an entire family and himself. He killed his wife, his youngest son, and then killed himself by basically like strangling himself.
Dude, I miss days where like we had people like Bob Ross, Mr. Rogers, Steve Irwin. Like, I miss when people like that were the main things on TV. Like, God, everybody knew Steve Irwin.
Yeah.
Like,
well, see, my actual role model now, and I still can't believe like he's only like a few years older than me, but it's Tyler the Creator. And it's someone that I just realized I've been listening to Tyler the Creator for like basically a decade. And going from his older music to where he was talking about, I say he was like the fucking Black Eminem. He went from talking about like, I'm gonna rape this bitch, fucking kill her and throw her in the closet and shit like that, to now he's fucking matured. And he even said this shit in interviews and stuff like that. He was like, I was a young kid just saying shit just to be saying stuff. And now I'm a grown man, and things have changed. And like my music is different, the way I think is different, the way even the way I dress is different. And you can see the progression. You can hear it, you can see it physically. Like, he changed, honestly, for the better. You know? And that's someone I look up to, where it's like, I think he's maybe like 4 years older than me, something like that. And it's like, you saw the progression of him being a fucking teenager, making all this money, and doing all this, like, rapping about dumb, like, he has a song where it's like fucking Tina perm your fucking weave and shit like that, or a song called Fish, and all this other stuff. And he was just this regular fuck, like, it's the, like a kid, like a fucking teenager, just like the rest of us. Now this dude has fucking a clothing line and shoes, his own fucking like cologne and perfume, nail polish, and all this other different stuff. And he's just out here just living his life. He's not fucking with nobody. He's not telling somebody to do dumb shit, anything like that. He's just fucking living his life. And I know people are gonna be like, well, that's what Cardi B's do. I'm like, no, the fuck she's not. She's trying to squeeze that fucking 15 minutes out of that, like that last 15 minutes of fame for as much as she can, because look at the song WAP. That shit got so much, people talked about that shit so much. And it's people that doing like nastier and dirtier shit. It's this girl fucking called PP Cocaine who has a fucking dirtier song than that shit. And I'm just like, I can't fucking do it.
I mean, dude, shoot, I've told you and me both have worked in strip clubs, right?
Yes, I was a DJ and you were security.
I was security and bartender.
Or security.
But like, dude, flat out, after I became a bartender for a bit, and I've worked at 3 now, anytime I was working with a girl who was young, she was making money, all that, and she was making decent money, I looked at her and I'm like, hey, look, I'm going to say this as a guy who, like, in my profession, I can only do this for so long.
Yeah.
To where I'm going to be able to keep mixing drinks, keep doing this, keep doing the late night outs, keeping my wife happy, actually working the day job on top of that. But I looked at her and I'm like, look, you realize there's a timestamp on how long you can do this. Either your body gives out, age happens, something like that.
Yeah, because it's a lot of those younger girls who think that they could do that shit forever.
No,
I was like, no, like you're, and it's sad because when I've seen someone who was like in their mid late 40s still dancing, and were they making money? Yes, because they had the experience and stuff. But it's like, when I want to say this, when you're dancing and also your daughter is dancing at the same place, or she's bartending or waitressing or whatever like that at the same place where you're dancing, and she's just like, oh yeah, that's my mom, she just does. I'm like, that's not right.
No,
I'm sorry,
dude, flat out. I looked at, now I thank God, man, this surprised the shit out of me. I was talking to a few of the girls back before COVID happened. Like, I was bartending for about a year before COVID. And I'm talking to them being like, hey, look, 3 bits of advice I'm going to give you. Put back money every freaking month. Like, put back at least half or a fourth of your check. And I'm like, dude, get a house. Get out of the rent race, because we're all stuck in this. You get a house, like, shoot, you're set.
Yeah.
Two dancers the entire time I've been bartending listened. And basically, shoot, one of them has their own house, basically happy as heck with a kid, all that, everything's covered. But, like, seeing them just go down that dark stripper hole after a while, too, because it's either mentally it breaks you down, physically it breaks you down, age gets to you, something like that. Like, it's not something you can do forever.
Yeah, as someone who has seen the nightlife of stripping and the afternoon life of stripping, and shit like that, I've seen it all. Like, I've seen the girls who think they're gonna do that shit forever. I've seen the women who are like, they went from stripping to basically being the managers of the club. I've seen the women who've been doing that shit for so long and that's all they really know. Or they tried to manage their own club and it was successful somewhere else, but it wasn't successful at a different place, and had to go back to doing something else, or even go back to dancing and all the shit in between. Or shit, one of the places I worked at where they were basically pimping out the girls, like in prostitution and stuff like that, and knowing someone who was a part of that and hearing like what the hell they had to deal with to get over it, it's fucked up.
No,
but
like, in that type of environment, like, don't get me wrong, it's a quick way to make money and fix your situation.
Yeah.
But it's a temporary one.
Yeah, and I know a lot of dancers who they went from stripping and they do other stuff. I know someone who is now who went to barber school and is now cutting hair and stuff like that and makes money. And I never, if you gotta get your money legally, even in certain parts illegally, depending on what it is. Because there's certain stuff not cool with. Like if you fucking selling weed and shit like that and it's illegal, do that, whatever. That's not really harming somebody. But if you're doing some shit that's harming people and it's illegal,
Fentanyl.
yeah, like if you're doing fentanyl and shit, fuck you. You deserve to die. At least go to jail, minimum. But get your money how you can get it. I will never hate on somebody like getting a hustle. Like I said, as long as it's legal, or at least if it is illegal, it is as a certain part, at a certain state. Not.
I mean, shoot, man. My gramps used to tell me this. He's like, look, be careful about the bodies you stack up when you're climbing up top, because you're going to see them all on your way down.
Mm-hmm. But we got on a whole fucking tangent. From what we, no, that's fine. This is what we do. But that's my piece on it. That's probably something else. That actually, and I will say this, and I hope I don't ever have to do this again. But having to work at a fucking strip club. That's how we'll end this one. I hope I never had to work for a fucking strip club ever again. I've had it's not.
People think it's a goddamn dream job, especially if you're a guy. But, like, I'm going to be honest, dude. You got to realize you're there to make money. You ain't there to have a good time. Don't get close to a few of the people you work with, but don't get close because it's going to shaft.
Okay, let's put it like this. Get close to the point where you have people to talk to and you have friends. Don't try to be the guy who's trying to fuck the dancers.
No.
Because guess what?
That's when stuff goes downhill.
Well, that, and also the fact that a lot of those girls, they're fake flirting with you. Like, they're flirting with you like they do the customers. They're being fake nice. Because once you do one thing wrong, or you cross them or some shit like that, they will come for your throat, mother. They will come for your neck, chest, back, whatever. They will find any kind of fucking way to get to you. Like, but I never want to work for another strip club. Like, it has to be like guaranteed money every night. The girl's got to be like hella professional, like courteous. Like it's got to be some shit I've never seen before, to where it's like
no under the age of 18 dancers.
Yeah, no under the age of 18 dancers. No shit. No.
Under the age of 21.
Yeah, under the age of 21.
I meant that.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, because no club here has anybody under 18.
We'll talk about that off the clock.
Yeah. But yeah, nobody under the age of 21, because certain places, they have weird rules. I'm like, fuck that. Everybody's fucking 21, so that way everybody can drink and stuff like that. Like I said, money aspect, I gotta know I'm getting paid out decently from the actual establishment, not just the girls. Also, want to be tipped out by all of the girls, not most, all, not just some, all, not just 2 or 3. Again, I'll say it again, all, because that needs to be specified. All. As someone who, like I said, I was a DJ.
Back when I was working security, dude, I had the same freaking issue. Girls were supposed to tip me out. I'd walk out with less than $20. They'd be walking out with $100, and I'm like,
and that's the thing is like I worked in some good places. I've worked in some ghetto ratchet trash places. And at both places, I've had girls where it's like, oh, well, why do I need to tip you? You're the DJ. This is what you're supposed to do. I'm just like,
you're the dancer. You're supposed to tip me.
Exactly. And I was like, no, yes, you're right. I'm supposed to play music, but you tip me to play the music that you want to hear. The club pays me to play the music, like when I worked at Pleasures. Pleasures, they paid me to play rock music. You being the dancer, aka for some of the dancers, you being the bitch who gets on my fucking nerves, asking me to play stuff on your list or to play a certain song, that is what you're tipping me for. You're not tipping me to play music. You're tipping me to play the music for you to dance to. Because if you don't, I'm just gonna play whatever the fuck I want to, and you're gonna look stupid on fucking stage.
Dude, there was one of the clubs I worked at, there was this one DJ who would play In the Arms of the Angel, right? No, but
Yes.
hear me out.
Come
How
on.
he'd go about it was he's like, okay, listen here, y'all. These strippers need to pay off bills, go through the full route. We need to be able to afford their home, everything of that nature. If you can't actually tip them, then at that point, they will starve. They will not be able to afford the clothing. They will not be able to afford their boots. You need to make sure they are all covered. It is up to you to basically donate to the cause to ensure the strip club remains open. And it's like, no, but we will be hearing In the Arms of the Angel, and he played it off perfectly the way
That's
he did
the way
it.
to do it.
And I'm like, no, but he even included the bartender in it, DJ, security, all that, basically being like, look, it is your job to make sure that your fun establishment remains open, and so we can keep providing you with this pleasure. And it's like,
Shit. I need to start doing that for when I'm in clubs. For real.
dude, the Sad Puppy song works. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
People remember that damn commercial.
It's not even just sad puppies. It's fucking sad cats too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I need to start doing that when I'm in clubs. We're like, do you want to keep this club open? Buy drinks, pay your bartenders, take care of this club. Like do it at like the peak drunk time. Like do it at
Like
like
around 1 a.m.
Yep.
Or 12:30. That's the perfect time to do it.
Yep.
Because like last call happens, dude. I'm not gonna lie. There was one bar I worked at where they wouldn't let us tell them when it was last call. And I'm looking at my boss. I'm like, you realize like the second we say last call, that's $50, $75 extra dollars in everyone's pocket if we can call that. And he's like, no, we just tell everybody we're done completely. And I'm like, dude, do you realize how dumb this is? Like, you
Yes.
ever look at an owner and you're just like,
yes.
are you
I know two of them, and
are
you
you
know one
getting
of them.
fucked by stupid?
I know two managers like that, and you know one of them. But all right, that's gonna do it for this episode. This is another 2-hour episode. We didn't do 3 this time. We almost got close, but I got stuff to do in less than an hour.
You want to do strip club confessions next time?
We can.
I
don't
think
give a
that
fuck
one
what
would be
we do.
good, my man.
We can, this can be like the Friday thing.
Yeah.
Jake, where can they find you?
Nowhere.
Jake.
Well, Onyx on Saturday nights usually. Onyx, Wichita.
Want to plug social media, anything?
No.
No?
Dude, come on. How often? Okay, the only reason I'm
Do you want
even
to
on
plug your
Messenger-
business?
Huh?
Do you want to plug your business?
At this point, I can't even run it. Like,
Oh yeah. All right. Well, if you ever need a good bartender, Jake is the guy to go to. I'm not gonna say his last name unless he wants it. Then no. But he is the guy. He does have a business. It's just not up and running right now because he has the busted knee. Sorry.
leg, nip, he.
Yeah. His neck, his back, whatever.
I ain't got that third thing, my man. I mean, I got the fourth.
Yeah. But you know where to follow me. You know where to find me at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all DJ Frostbite. Also the podcast Facebook page, Negative Degree Podcast. Also, this will now be available on Spotify. Thank you to Anchor for that one. So this episode will probably be on, honestly, whenever I can find the time to get this shit loaded. Probably look forward in a few days, but it will be on YouTube to watch visually. Honestly, it's even on fucking Spotify to watch visually and also audibly. But that's gonna do it for today. I got some stuff to do. If you hear this today/tonight, anytime today, Friday, I will be at Brickyard DJing. I start at 10 o'clock, but I will be there probably in about an hour. So check me out there. Tomorrow I'll be in Kansas City for the Most Hated Suit and Tie Shit show. I forgot where the fuck it is. I think it's at the Westport Bowery, I believe that's what it is, because it changed locations. We start that at 6 o'clock, but I will be there early because I still need to get a hotel and need to do sound check. Yes, Jake, we'll talk about that if we can do that. But that'll do it. I will try to do something tomorrow with the promoter of the Most Hated Show, Terrence, aka Petty Murphy. Hopefully he'll want to do it since I was on his podcast. He should just be on here because I'm trying to get there early enough. Everybody have a good day, evening, night. Don't get too drunk. Don't get fucked up. Think of some of the things that you would never want to do. I know for women it's probably never have a period, or for some people probably never get pregnant. Guys, women, them, days, it's whatever's. Think of whatever, something that you would never want to do ever again for the rest of your life. Add it on. Let me know on the podcast Facebook page. Just leave a comment or something like that. I'll probably do a post for that so you can leave it. But once again, I am DJ Frostbite. That is Jake. And as always, stay negative, my friends.